brought the Kendama, and he was like, we were like playing with it, and then you're like, kill him, Brendan. And I just like did that fucking crazy line in front of him. He's like, what the fuck, dude? He was like freaking out. I was like, yeah, dog. Like,
Kendamas are sick, man.
They're really cool. Dude.
Kendamas are sick. That's all I'm gonna say. I brought one to TTF one time, and I was impressing everyone with my like mediocre, like novice type tricks.
I brought it too early on when I went to TTF, and I like sucked ass, and like it wasn't cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you know how to do something, like I couldn't do shit really, and like they were just like.
That's when I was in
dude. I was like, oh
shit. I remember when I was in. We were in Akihabara, and there was like a little like souvenir shop. I was with Oscar's grandma there, and I saw the Kendama, and I started playing with it, and I was like doing like just like, you know, around the world.
Yeah,
where you just do the like cup spike.
Yeah, that's fucking real though.
And
dude.
Like everyone was like, "Holy shit! Like this guy's actually good with this thing," and I was like, "I suck," but I was doing it, and doing like, you know, what do they call like light towers? Not light towers, but. The one where the spike goes, you do upside down airplane, and just stupid shit. And then I was like, a little crowd gathered, and then I was like, okay, like I better stop. And I like rolled it up, and I tried to do like the cool, like you stretch it out, and I just ripped the ball, ripped the ball off, and I just put it on the thing, and like walked away.
That was the first Kendama I ever tied. You're like, oh shit, like, that's so funny.
The little kid like bought that one. He was like, pretty bird.
Well, dude,
I just thought he was really quiet.
No string's a real fucking thing.
No string. Oh yeah.
That's how I like leveled up. I like took a string off because you have to land it,
or
it's gonna fall on the fucking ground. So like, dude, my accuracy was so good.
You're really good. You are really good. I'd say you're like semi-pro.
I would say I'm an intermediate because I'll try to do some advanced tricks. I can't even fuck with them. They're hard.
Yeah.
But it's all fucking squats, bro. Like me and Jeremy like fucked our fucking Achilles up and shit yesterday, and like my hamstring just like I tried to show him this line I was doing, and I just like ripped my fucking leg. I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck, bro. No, that would be fun. I think this would be a cool if we got a GoPro, we should do like a blog of us just mobbing, bro. Like maybe going to the ranch, finding a cool spot, and just fucking getting some tricks, or like doing some cool shit. Go fucking watch you shoot some shit, like just fucking Rico and Brandon shit, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like
do the like get a shoelace and catch a bass out of that pond. You
just spit on it, like
make a hook out of like a fucking one of these cats, like, and then just pull it out. So dude, you could too. Those smallmouth bass are so goddamn stupid in that pond. They like you can like dip your dick inside of it.
That'd be fun, bro.
Yeah, man.
I think that would be fucking. And like, it's just I don't know. That's so. None of our friends do that kind of shit, right? Like,
stick their dicks in ponds,
yeah, and, like catch bass. Like, it'd be a fucking smallmouth though. You know what I mean? Like. Damn it! But you know what I'm saying? It's like we're not adventurous, but like you live a different life, and I enjoy outdoors type shit, and like I think that'd be fun.
Remember when you came over there tonight, and I was like, "Oh, there's gonna be gunshots all over the place." So like that night there was none, but the next night I cooked the meat that Will brought, and I was cooking it, and it was just. And I was just like, God damn it! I was like, why aren't these guys here? It makes me seem like I was full of shit, but like it was just the next night, like, you know what I mean? Like just 6 days a week, not 7. It's like they take a break on Saturday. It's like
for the Sabbath, dude.
Yeah, for Vespers, dude. They're just like
they killed someone, so they like respected the family. They like kept one day like silent and shit. Like,
no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so what are our topics? We want to talk about the UFC that happened the other night, man?
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
I was like total runtime. I don't think I've ever seen this before in my life. It was 3 title fights, and the total runtime for the whole pay-per-view event was like 23 minutes or something.
Holy shit, dude.
Like, one fight ended like a leg break. Like, the first kick he threw, he just checked it, and his leg snapped. And like, the only other time that happened was with the same guy fighting in it, but the other guy's leg got broken. Like what he did to someone else happened to him. Dude. And you're just like, you couldn't write this shit.
No.
You could not write it.
That's the worst thing that I think could happen.
No, well, we were watching it. Some of Oscar's friends came over because it was like a birthday, and like we were gonna go to Six Flags, remember? And I was like, I don't want to go, but then it got like canceled. But then there was still want to hang out, so we're like, I'm gonna buy the pay-per-view, so come over and watch it. So they came over. They brought pizza, which was really good. Actually. Oh yeah. And when that fight happened, the girls were talking, and the guy was like, ooh, and I was like, just like, don't freak the girls out, dude. Like, this shit's like, this is like, just wrapped around, dude.
Did he step on it?
Yeah, he stepped on it. God, he stepped on it, and it folded like all the way back, and then it was bad. It was.
I think I'd like fall to the ground if I saw my leg wrap around someone else's leg. I would just
you fell.
Hit my back. No, I wouldn't even step.
Oh, you wouldn't
back.
step. Well, I don't think you don't. It's so fast.
You probably don't see.
And the muscle memory of throwing a kick, like you have to take your step. You have to take your foot back,
and that the shin area is pretty numbed out.
No,
right?
but the first fight was like some freak leg. It wasn't a freak leg accident. He threw a good leg kick, like a calf kick.
Okay.
That like numbed that nerve that like people have been aiming for lately. So like, it's happened a couple times, but like this one was bad because it looked like his knee was blown out. Like he tried to take a step and he looked like a baby deer, like taking his first, and he was just, it was crazy. And then like in between rounds, the doctor goes in there and he's like, walk forward, and the guy's like, I'm good. And he's like walking all shitty, and he's like, all right, walk backwards, and he's all, his knee, like his ankle, his whole leg was just,
oh my God,
it was just dead. That nerve goes to sleep if you hit it like hard enough, and then your foot doesn't properly, like it's not getting any signals from your brain to like stay stiff, or like, you know how you can move your foot like this, like that, like it's just like a dead limb.
Holy shit, dude.
It was really bad. And then somehow that also connects to your knee, like because your foot isn't sturdy, your knee starts to like not be sturdy.
Damn.
So like it looked like his knee was going up, but really it's his ankle. It was kind of hard to watch, dude, because it's like, bro, you know, have you ever had that knee or ankle injury? Like dude, you're watching it and you're just like, it looked like he was just continuously rolling his ankle over and over again, and you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is no joke, man.
Yeah, that was interesting. And then the title fights were just insane. Like the one I really wanted to see was the Rose and Zhang Weili fight, because like there was all this drama, because like Rose was like on some interview and she was like just like shitting on communism because like she's from Latvia. Okay, she was like born right after the fall of the Soviet Union. Her like family like was really negatively impacted by like communist ideas and shit, and like that's why they like came to America in the first place. And she was just saying something about it, and everyone was just like, Rose is racist, like all this shit. And she's like, I'm just like trying to shit on communism, guys. And then like there was that whole narrative going in, but she fucking knocked out the champ, man. This is like the first female to ever win a title back after losing it.
Wow.
Like it's never happened before. Like Ronda Rousey never won it back. Like Holly Holm never won it back.
Damn, bro.
No one's ever won it back. Like if you lose, it's like a one-way street. You know, once you get off that street, you can't get back on, dude. So like, dude,
that's insane.
Actually. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. And it was like a minute long. She never even threw a punch, dude. She was just sitting there. Maybe she threw like one jab, and then she just threw like it looked like it was a leg kick, but it went up to the head instead with her front legs. Like it was fast. And then the girl got knocked out, and she was like, I wasn't knocked out. They shouldn't interview people that just get... No. You shouldn't interview people that just get concussed. It's not a good idea. Because she's like, I was fine, and everyone's booing her and shit. And you're just like, don't do that. Don't put them in a situation like that. But it was good, man. It was awesome.
Was the first fight that everyone was back in the stadium too, right?
Yeah. So
how was that, dude?
It was scary. I felt scared in my house. I was just watching like people like fucking make out with each other.
Yeah,
just like complete strangers, just like
sharing drinks and shit, dude.
It was like there was like maybe 500 hardcore fans out of a 15,000 seat like arena, and then there was just like 15,000 Florida mans, just like all like they like were zooming through the crowd. This guy like an alligator, he was just like shaking. I was like, Jesus Christ, like.
He's like, yeah, like fucking being free, bro. I gotta go out and
no, they're probably not the best people that like
to be in a stadium with, really.
They're probably very they're not risk adverse. You know what I mean? They're probably just like, this is super spreader event. Like, watch like the numbers just fucking skyrocket after this. Like, I hope not. But chances
all
are
these people are vaccinated, dude.
Chances are that's not the case. These people probably
just, like vaccinated themselves with
they're like repeat offenders. They like go to where the new strand is and like try to get it and like just
and like pass it to someone so they have like a legacy to live on. They're like, I passed that disease on, dude. Like, my life was worth something, dude.
Yeah, next week there's gonna be a new Florida variant. They're gonna call it fucking Ufluenza or UFC. The UFC strand, dude. It's like
stronger than anything else, dude. Fucking shit, man. Well, how was the volume level? Like, I heard a lot of people saying that they enjoyed like hearing the corner and like hearing the fucking like, you know, the coaches kind of, and now it's like back to just hearing people fucking screaming their heads off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I personally like. I think it's. I mean, I think it's good that in the long run, I think sports should come back to normal. I don't know if this is like a little early. But Florida doesn't give a fuck, apparently.
No.
But like me personally, like I was a big fan of like the atmosphere, like a Pride, like FC or like the Japanese MMA. Like it's real quiet. It's more like emphasis on like
being respectful.
Well, just you know, I think a lot of the people were more like fans of martial arts and like they wanted to hear the noises or whatnot, and they would cheer when something would happen, like something crazy would happen. They'd cheer, but then they'd shut up. It wasn't this like non-stop, constant just barrage of noise. But like I liked the like pandemic style UFC fights because it was like you could hear the cornering the whole fight. You could hear them like you could tell who was more like labored at breathing, like who was more tired,
fatigued, really.
You could crazy. Like you could hear them talking to each other, seeing the kind of like mind games they'd say, and it was just personally I don't give a shit about the crowd being like that. Wasn't like that's not why I watch it, you know. Like I don't, that's not why I watch it. I'm not watching it because I don't watch it like that. Like even back in the day when I was like super hardcore into like I was legit a hardcore fan at one point, like in 2009 or 2008, 9, like that era. I would watch it without the comment. I would watch it with no volume because I didn't like the commentator. It was Mike Goldberg and Joe Rogan, and like I like Joe Rogan as like a person, but as a commentator, he gets a little chummy with the guys now sometimes, and like you know,
I feel you.
He's had some bad takes because of just. Getting you well no you're in there with your friends and it's like it gets too friendly and it's not that professional and then it's like they start like
becoming
saying
unprofessional.
Oh, this guy's winning and like it was that one time I had a bet on the fight and like they were like kind of being real biased towards the guy that I bet on, and it was making me mad that they were like not seeing the fight the way it was actually going. Like they were kind of
had too much emotion into it. Really.
I don't know what they were seeing. That's what I'm saying is like when you're in there and obviously it's like a different atmosphere, but like I had money on the guy I needed to win. I had like a 7-fight parlay on this fucking fight, and if he would have won I would have cashed out like sick. And they were commentating as if he was winning, and I was watching it, and I had all the fucking reasons in the world to want the other guy to win, and I knew he was losing big, and I was like, these commentators are just making me mad because they're just fucking like they're making it seem like they're giving me hope, but I know what I'm seeing also, and he's losing like terribly. Like this is not going good for him. And they're like, he's up 3 rounds. I was like, no, he's not. Like, no, he's not. He might have won 1. He might have won the 3rd. That's it. Like,
there's a difference between winning and wanting them to win 3 rounds.
Please stop this nonsense. Like, this is just. But you know, it is what it is. It happens. It's hard. It's a hard job.
I mean, for sure, bro.
I don't really care.
I was saying this to my dad. I
just turn it down if it gets annoying.
You got to. When it comes to a martial art, to me is almost. Would you say it's an extreme sport, or would you just say it's a martial art?
What do you mean?
Like, you know what I mean?
Like MMA?
What, yeah. There's a thing that's hard.
It's not really like a team sport, so like.
No, but like, okay, for instance, skateboarding. That's not a team sport. Street league. Watching these dudes do the same trick, but judging them. That'd be the hardest thing ever. because a kickflip's a fucking kickflip. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
it's
they're not judging it based on those criteria. Like, they're not looking at form. They're looking at like control of the ring, like aggression. Not so much anymore. They actually like stop judging it based on that because they realize that like sometimes the like more technically sound fighter was like not being aggressive, but like was just counter striking, and they weren't giving them like good points for that. But like, I think the judging system in general is just garbage.
Okay.
They like took it from boxing. It's like a 10-point my system, and it's just like it's like fatally flawed for doing what they're doing. Like it needs to be based on because it's not like rounds. If one person wins and one person loses each round, like the criteria has changed for like a 10-8 from what it used to be.
Damn.
And like I think it's a good thing. I think they're giving more 10-8s out.
Okay.
But they're giving them like in kind of bad, like not. I don't know what the criteria is now. I knew what it used to be. It used to be 6 times damage. So like, if you did 6 times the amount of damage, this was like in 2006 and like 2007, whatever that time period was in the UFC. It was like if you do 6 times the amount of damage to your opponent in any given round, it's a 10-8.
Wow.
And 10-7s like weren't even really given. Like I've never seen one before in my life. I guess it would be like you almost kill the person, but somehow they survive and they didn't land a single punch, something like that.
Okay.
But I think the fight should be judged as a whole, kind of like what Pride FC did, and some other like one promotions in Asia. They do it too. I think it just bears better results.
Okay,
we'll just put it like that. I think the 10-point by system is kind of flawed because they're not like each round you could win, but like each round isn't like the quantitatively they're not equal. So like one guy could win big in the first round, right? Put a lot of damage on him, but not get a 10-8, and it would still be 10-9. And in the second round, it could be like razor close, but maybe the other guy wins by like nothing, maybe like 1 strike extra. Like maybe he just by the smallest margin. And then going into the third round, it's equal, even though technically the guy in the beginning in the first round like put it on him, pieced him up. But he didn't get enough to get a 10-8, and now it's equal going to the third.
That's
it's like
weird.
It's kind of stupid, right? Like it's really stupid. Or it can happen the exact same way, but the opposite. Like the guy could barely win the first round, barely win the second round. You can't even tell who won. It's just like a draw, but they don't give draw rounds out very often. It's like the rarest thing ever. And then in the third round, the other guy could come back and do damn near everything to get a 10-8, but for whatever reason, like 2 of the 3 judges don't give him one.
Wow.
And then that guy wins still based on this shitty judging system that doesn't really have a place in the sport. But they can't get the sanctioning bodies to come together to come up with a new system because they don't have a test study for it, you know?
Okay.
There's nothing in the States. There's not even a local promotion that's gathering any data on how much better outcomes are based on like a judging as a whole compared to judging round by round at a 10-point system. So it's probably not going to change, and they have no incentives to change it, but you'll see some fuckery happen based on there's a lot of fuckery. There's no shortages of fuckery going around luckily in this pay-per-view there was no need for any scorecards. Like it didn't even no fight went halfway past the second round. It was just murks and like freak accidents, like freak injuries and just kills.
I guess that's what you want in the fight too, right? You want a fight card.
No, it's weird because like exactly. I love that shit. If every fight ended like the first punch, that would be the greatest. If I paid $65 and the whole fucking pay-per-view ran like 5 minutes, I'd be like, this was the best. Because what does that mean in the end? Like, it could mean that there's a bunch of chinny motherfuckers going out there to like collect paydays, but it could also mean that like martial arts is like evolving once more into like even more of a fatal art. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like I remember one time I got in this big argument with Richard and Jason at an OFC back in the day about the Pacquiao pay-per-view when he fought Ricky Hatton and he knocked him out like in the second round or something. They were like really mad, and I was like, why are you guys mad? And he's like, it was a short fight, he just beat the fuck out of him. I was like, well, aren't you his fan? Like, aren't you a Pacquiao fan? They're like, oh, he's my favorite fighter, like I'm the biggest fan. It's like, well, then aren't you happy that he fucking won? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
that's a weird one,
right?
That's
it's like
weird.
In my mind, my favorite fighter, I want to see him go out there and just fucking crucify someone in like 5 seconds. Like, I expect that from him because I'm a fan. Like, I want him to go out there and show that he's superior dominant. And I feel like in a real fight, fights don't last that long.
No, that's exactly. And if it did, you're kind of in trouble.
Well, it shows you how much more of like risk adverse, or how much you don't want to go in full clip. Like, that's a criticism of a lot of champions. Like, once they win the belt, they don't want to lose it.
I got you.
So they're just like, they fight not to lose instead of fighting to win.
They're just being safe.
But like, I think if you can get a high level fight to end in a round or two, like that just shows you the levels of the competition. And
definitely.
And I think it's a good showing towards the person that you proclaim to like a lot. Like, if you're a big fan, wouldn't you want him to go out there and punch a hole through his fucking head like Billy Zane?
Well, do you think it's an argument to where people think that when they're spending money on a fight, they want to see it last a while so they get their money's worth? Or
that's
something?
The idea. But like, would you rather watch a 12-round boxing match that? No. Let's face it, dude. The boxing judges, like, there's a lot of people that think those guys get paid off, and it's kind of like there's a lot of fuckery that goes on in the promotional business, and they'll go out to dinner with the judges, and people have accused.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there's been very credible accusations against promoters and just screw jobs. As far as, I mean, like, you really want to see a decision, or do you want to see someone get fucking pieced up? I want to see someone get pieced the fuck up. I want to see
somebody make a decision by destroying somebody, not by letting these judges decide who won.
No,
because when we were all in the UFC, I felt like a lot of the times I'd see someone lose who should have won, or who I felt should have won, and I would feel like, wow, like,
it happens a lot.
Why leave it to them ever?
No, you shouldn't. And obviously at a high level, like, it comes to that point where it's hard to finish people.
For sure.
Especially in a championship setting, because like the cardio changes a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think what you do is you keep a 5-round pace, so the pace is a little slower, so that they can make it to the 5th round.
Definitely.
And still have like
gas in the tank,
anything that resembles like cardio available to them. So like, they fight in a more slower, methodical, like, kind of strategic fight, and then that renders more boring results. So like, if every fight was 15 minutes, like, they would be able to kind of unload a little more, because they would be in the shape to be able to go full clip for 15 minutes.
Definitely.
But those championship rounds are kind of what separates like the men from the boys per se. We're like, and then that change in the rule set of rounds will. It's an unintended consequence that slows the fight down to a certain extent. So because they have to be conditioned for 25 minutes, they have to kind of, I guess they have to fight in a manner that would allow them to get to that without reaching like complete exhaustion. So it's going to be a slower paced fight.
Yeah. A
lot less punches thrown, a lot less just. You really weigh your grappling exchanges. Do I want to shoot for a fucking takedown and like exert a crazy amount of energy, or do I want to just kind of sit here and jab away and just kind of be lame? You know what I mean?
Definitely, dude. That's fucking real, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too hardcore into it anymore like I used to, but I'll fuck around. I'll watch some shit. I'm still a fan of violence.
Yeah,
still a fan of violence. I haven't lost that yet. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, speaking about violence, should we get into what happened this week, dude? With the
oh, I'm not a fan of that kind of violence. Are we talking about the trial?
Yeah, dude.
No, that was crazy. I didn't realize that you could be convicted of intentionally killing someone and unintentionally killing someone. That was like a shock to me. I was like, wait, like, I was like, what? Because isn't that why that girl got off? The girl who was accused of killing her daughter, right? That one famous trial where like it was like a teen mom or something, and like everyone said that she like killed her daughter and like took her.
Is this the one where they said that she like drowned in the pool?
She got away with it.
Yeah.
Because they convicted her on first degree, but they couldn't really prove without a reasonable doubt that first degree murder applied, but they couldn't charge her with first, second, third, second degree homicide. You know what I mean? But in this one, they like threw like multiple charges at him. It might be state to state. It might be like in Michigan. Okay. Or Minnesota. Where was this trial happening? It was in Michigan or something like that. No, it starts with an M. Sure. Either way, it might be just that in that particular place, you can just charge them with multiple.
There's different rules that apply in different
multiples, and then in that place, wherever that was, it must have been that you could only charge them with one, because you almost kind of are tempted to not go full blown, because to prove without a reasonable doubt that that's what happened is kind of hard. Yeah, it should be. It shouldn't be like something taken lightly.
Definitely not.
But it's kind of crazy. I'm glad that. Hey, look, man. I'm glad that guy got fucking. I'm glad that he got charged. I just didn't. Honestly, I was talking to people about it the other day. I didn't think he was gonna get second degree murder, just because cops usually don't. Yeah. Because like their job is kind of. They're supposed to respond to things, so they kind of have like a built-in excuse to not fall into the second degree murder. Like second degree manslaughter or third degree murder, maybe, but second degree is kind of hard, because you're saying that he went there with the intent. It's like he was going there because he was on the clock. You know, it's not like he went there. He's like, it's time. You know. Like, but it wasn't first degree, so it wasn't like he planned this out from like 6 months in advance to like kind of stage this. Like, no, that's not what it was. Definitely not. But he wasn't charged with that either. But I don't know. I think it's a. I don't know. I guess we gotta wait to see what the actual sentencing is. Like, he got convicted, but no one knows what the sentencing is. It might go a little light. It might be max. Who knows?
I know. That's crazy.
It's kind of crazy because you don't see cops fucking getting anything ever.
Not at all.
Ever. Like, it happened once, but it was when that the black cop shot the white girl. They like threw the book at that guy. He went to jail. You're just like,
I don't even think I remember that.
Oh, that was a brutal one, man. That one was sad. It was like some
lady called because there was like a screaming coming from a house or something, and then they pulled into the back of this alleyway, and the girl was walking up to the guy in the dark to like tell the cop like it's over here, and then he kind of got scared and like shot her and killed her.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Because she was like coming out of the shadows, like, and you know, you
see someone walking.
I know it was kind of ridiculous. I mean, why do you just like automatically draw a gun and put a bullet through their fucking spine?
Some people are fucking cowards for some reason.
Well, yeah, I mean,
if you have a gun, like sometimes I feel like this way. Like I was watching these cases where people that have guns, they sometimes want to use the gun, dude. You know, and sometimes they make an excuse to why they used it, you know, even like if it wasn't something. No, just someone who has a license to carry too, you know.
It's like the Simpsons episode where he's like turning the lights off with the gun and shit.
That's essentially what it is.
It's like
one guy watched this couple.
He turns the TV off, he shoots it, and then he turns the light off, he shoots it. It's so good.
There was this couple that parked in a handicap spot, and this dude just walks up and he's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to park there. I don't see a handicap sticker on your thing." The husband goes inside to get something, and as he comes out, this man's accosting his wife like, "Hey, dude, you're not supposed to park there. What the hell's going on?" Well, this dude comes at him to defend his wife, and the guy just pulls the gun out and shoots the dude in the chest.
Was this in Florida?
It might have been.
Was it like a stand your ground law type thing?
And that's what he was trying to say. The guy acted like a police officer when the police were there. He was like speaking very like, "Hey man, I came here to assess the threat. The threat came at me, and I ended the threat." And they were like, "What's the threat, dude?" Well, he was gonna hit me, and they were like, "So you've never been punched in the face before, dude?" And he was just,
he was the one starting the shit.
Exactly. But like that's why I'm like saying, like, I think some people just sometimes have a gun and want something to happen so that they could like make an excuse.
Everybody,
you know?
Everybody, if anyone watches this, if this isn't just like a fucking
like a burning hole in like the fucking internet that just like just waste time. If anyone clicks on it, if we get any clicks, it's a giant waste of time. But if anyone is listening out there, don't mind any business that is not your own, okay?
Definitely.
Like, I'm sorry, but this shit, like, why would anyone do something like that? Hey, you're parked in the handicap zone, you don't got a placard? Like, I'm gonna just, like, berate someone verbally until, like,
maybe he was bullied a lot. Like, there's so many things that could be at play to where he bought an equalizer, you know what I mean? And it's like one of those things where it's like, I'm not going to be bullied or like beat up anymore. I don't know what it was, but yeah, like I went to jail, dude. And he totally thought he was like...
He went to jail?
Yeah,
good.
Dude. No, 100%. Like, it's like...
Yeah, you don't need fucking idiots like that.
We don't need people like that in this world, bro.
No,
like,
we don't need fucking idiots who
lunatic,
think that
dude.
They're like...
a fucking hero or something.
Police
like,
or some
shit.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Like, putting someone under citizen's arrest is one thing, right? Like, waiting for the police to get there because you see, like, someone stealing a purse.
For sure.
And you just, like, you just happen to, like, trip them and you can, like, jump on them and be like, someone call the cops and just hold them down until the cops get there. And, like, even that is, like, let them get up and run away, you know. But a lot of people grew up watching Ninja Turtles and they've got this, like, Casey Jones sense of justice.
Hockey stick in their fucking
He's just like, I'm not going to call the cops. Like, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you with these, like, fucking Jose Canseco bats. Just, like, dual wielding, like, beat the shit out of
I said it before, dude. Sometimes that's a better lesson learned, dude.
Is that your bit about, like, you wish the cops would have roughed you up?
I wish the cops would have hit me with a fucking baton. I got arrested twice for the same thing, and I think if they would have roughed me up the first time, I might have learned my lesson.
What was the time? Like, how long passed? Like, a month or two?
It might have been maybe a week or two, dude. It was so... I had gotten out of jail and, like, was with Evan at Vaughn's, and, like, he wanted to steal a sandwich, and like, he, like... wouldn't do it, so he like passed it to me, and I like walked out and got arrested again, and I was just like, I can't. How did this happen again? Like, how did this happen again, bro?
Yeah, people were watching it like multiple stores. Dude.
They had the fucking.
They had profiles on you, man.
There was like a fucking GoPro following me around and shit, dude. I was just like, what the? Or a fucking drone, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
No, this was a long time ago, right?
No,
like
yeah, it was nothing like that, dude.
Damn.
But I don't know. I just think that like the justice system sometimes is pretty fucking flawed.
Well, it doesn't work sometimes.
It doesn't work sometimes.
That's the problem.
Dude.
That's what a lot of this is all about, is like, it doesn't... I mean...
I don't believe in police brutality, but like...
No. But...
piss on me, beat me, like...
you could have benefited from a lesson, right? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if they would have just put me in a cell and fucking hit me a couple of times, dude, and then let me go home, I think I would have...
You know, we were listening to like the verdict being read out at work on the radio, because it was like between 12 and 1 or whatever time it was, and we were listening to it, and my cousin's telling me, he's like, dude, he got really drunk, and then like the cops got called at him at a rodeo, and he like started a huge fight with like 4 police officers, and they fucking he like just started fucking beating up this cop. And then they all jumped him, like hit him with the radio and beat his ass.
Oh my God.
And then they choked him unconscious. And he was like, dude, when they like dogpiled me and like had my neck, I was like saying like, I can't breathe. And they just like slept him. And then he woke up in like handcuffs and shit. And I was just like, he's like, it's pretty fucking scary whenever that shit's like happening.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it. Like, well, especially because like, that was one part of the case I thought was interesting, where they're like, you can't talk and be asphyxiating it, and it's like, oh, I could fucking do it to you. Like, I could lay on top of your lungs in a way, like if I was in side mount on someone and I just like dead body weighted them and was just kind of holding them there, in a minute or two your lungs would start to compress, like they deflate, and then you wouldn't be able to expand them all the way.
No,
you'd be like, and then you'd have a really short breath, and then you do that for a while with all the blood rushing, and you can talk. Like, I've been able to talk, but have some big motherfucker like rolling with someone, and I'm like, I'm kind of asphyxiating like slowly because all their body weight and the adrenaline, the like amount of the amount of kind of oxygen my body needs to operate at that like high blood pumping situation. It's not getting enough, even for these little like, and then it gets to a point where like you can't really breathe.
Yeah.
You really can't breathe. But you could talk. You could be like, I'm fucking done. Like,
yeah,
you can talk and be explicit.
We were talking about the other podcast when we were talking about losing air being the worst thing ever. Even when you lose air, you can still talk like, oh my god, I'm breathing. You're fucking running around like, like fucking freaking out. There's still,
when you get the wind knocked out?
Yeah, there's still noises that can be made and like language that can be like distinguished. It's not like you're like mumbling. You're not like a fucking like
it
SoundCloud
didn't look good on. I was following the whole fucking case. It didn't look too good whenever they like did the autopsy and they realized that like there wasn't any damage, like noticeable damage done to like the neck or like the artery or the windpipe of the neck, like. But that being said, like that's not really like relevant whenever just like overall general pressure on your lungs from like being on top of someone that can do that can choke someone down.
Oh, for sure.
It's for a long time too.
Oh, definitely. You're in there for fucking 5-10 minutes. Someone's doing that to you, and
plus he was on drugs and he was having a lot of problems. So like that was the fucking nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
at that point.
Dude. That's fucking tragic, bro.
It's really bad. It's really bad. And like,
you don't want to fucking, you don't want to go to the store one day and end up fucking just never coming back home based on some stupid fucking shit like that.
I know, man. And scary world sometimes, dude.
It's really a fucking really shitty story. It's just fucked up. But, I mean,
I guess I'm glad there's justice in it somehow, Someone's being, put up for killing somebody.
Accountable.
Yeah, being held accountable. That's a big thing. And I don't know, man. I just hope nothing like that ever happens again, dude. I hope this is a learning lesson for a lot of people and maybe for cops in general, and there's some reforms or something that
happened that that day, like there was another fucking shooting like 30 minutes within the thing being read. But that was a crazy one because everyone had kind of a different idea. The first thing I saw of it, she had the knife in her hand, and a lot of other people I talked to, they were like, I didn't see a knife. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, I just saw her standing there. And I was like, you didn't see a fucking knife in her hand? They're like, no. I'm like, this is how you know there's like a certain amount of fuckery going on in like the media where like they're putting a video out, the same video that everyone else has, and like one of them shows the knife and the other one shows like it right up until you see it, and then it pauses and then you hear the gunshots and you're just like, okay, like what are you guys doing? You're trying to make it seem like it's worse than it is.
Yeah. Wow,
and then
dude.
I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong.
Bad. No, it's still bad.
It's complicated. It's fucking, Black Lives Matter. But which ones? The girl that's about to get stabbed, or the girl that got shot because she was in fucking transit of like in the motion that it would be like who's they're both black. Who's Black Lives Matter there? You know what I mean?
It's like a hard fucking one, dude.
You just gonna let the girl get pieced up?
It's just like what? I mean. Tasing? Like, Could they have tased her? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
probably, but like...
I get to this point sometimes where I'm like, dude, there's so many other ways to shut a motherfucker down, dude. Like,
yeah. No,
I don't know. Maybe that's risky because she had a knife and a weapon and you have to get in somewhat close range.
Well, there was a lot of shit going on.
Okay.
The girl that was going to get stabbed got soccer kicked in the fucking face by some guy. There was a guy just straight vintage... axe murderer, fucking head stomp. No, it was a sucker kick. Like,
holy shit.
She got thrown on the ground. The sucker kick came, like, bounced off the side of her head. And then she got up, and the girl threw her against the car, and she was going to stab her, and he fucking shot her.
Damn.
And you're just like, shoot her in the legs. It's like, yeah, you could.
Well, I feel like a tase might stop your entire body, too.
It's kind of hard to shoot a leg out and not hit
somebody else,
other
maybe.
Person's leg. Because they're both like this, right? You shoot in that area, you might blow the other girl's fucking kneecap off.
Well, that's what I was saying about the taser. Doesn't that like stop your whole body from like functioning practically? Like, lock you up, kinda, or I don't know, man. But
that situation was pretty crazy because like there was a guy involved. And
what happened to the guy? Did they get him for soccer kicking that girl in the face? Like that's fucked.
I don't know.
That's like attempt to kill almost or something.
No, I don't mean.
You kick someone in the temple, bro. That's the last fucking kick they're ever gonna receive, bro. Like,
well. Most deaths that come from fucking like getting knocked out and falling and hitting your head. Dude, a lot of people die like that.
That's crazy. I heard a lot of people in prison when they kill somebody, it's from just picking somebody up and literally suplexing them on their head.
Yeah,
like that's a dangerous thing that could happen.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fighting someone's not even scary.
That's why Cody Grubbs. That's why his brother in what was that? Where they used to live in Washington. He went to jail for that. He fucking like ruined the guy's life. Yeah, slammed him on the concrete and just fucking. He didn't kill him, but it was. I don't even know. He probably has CTE fucking effects, but it was like a very severe assault because it was a very serious form of aggravated assault that would be worthy of jail time because of how severe it was. Fuck, and it was a bar fight. You know, these bar fights, you hit someone, they fall backwards, they slam their head on the ground. Or
everyone's a fucking Ultimate Fighter these days, right? They're just like fucking suplex this dude,
bro. No, I saw a suplex happen in real life and it freaked me out.
Yeah.
And it was at a show.
Yeah, that's exactly where I saw it too, bro.
It was at a show and it was one of the...
Why do people do that?
Well... This guy was like he must have been some wrestler, like high school wrestler or college wrestler, and he was going to a fucking show because he listened to music and he didn't realize the like kind of
aggression that happens.
Well, no, it was the dance mafia back. This was like 2005 or something, or 2004.
When you couldn't take your eyes off the crowd.
It was the fucking dance mafia, which was a brutal ass fucking crew back in the day of the like Soma and all that shit. Dude. You couldn't fuck with those guys. No. There was a lot of them, and this guy was just doing his thing, man, and I knew what was up, and everyone knew what was up, but this guy didn't know, and he was fucking with them, and the guy kicked him a bunch of times. It was just like, fuck you, get off of me. And then he had his back turned to him, and he just ran up to him, grabbed him, sick, and just fucking brutal, dude. Put his head like into the ground, like
that's the hardest fucking shit too.
The guy
There's no carpet in there, dude.
He was just holding the back of his head, and he rolled up, and he got up, and he was just like, man, I was like. Oh, and the guy just ran into the crowd and dipped out.
Just disappeared, bro.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm just gonna suplex."
That's like the just like,
and I was just like,
melted into the crowd.
I felt so bad because like I didn't really ever like that guy because he fucked me up a bunch of times. You know, I was like 15 or 16. He was like 21 or some shit. So like, he was just fucking beating the shit out of us. But I didn't like him. But like, I knew what was up. You know. And I felt bad that he could have been killed by that. Yes. If you fucking suplex someone like that on the cold concrete floor of a venue like that, dude, like
that could be your last show, dude.
Yeah. Well, hell, Chris Casinger could have killed that old man at fucking the jump. Bro. He could have killed that guy.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Hit him right on the button. This dude hit fucking.
He fucking slapped him. He fucking slapped him, and he landed like the most. Like the thud that happened, like
it was like louder than the bass drum.
Yeah, it was like boom.
We're like, was that a double bass pedal, dog? You're like, that was that fool's fucking head clacking.
People can die like that.
Yeah, man.
People can die. Like that could have killed that guy. It probably did like severe brain damage. Like that shit's not good.
Honestly, probably, dude.
It's not good for you, man. It's not good for you.
I hate to say that was like the coolest thing that I ever saw.
Yeah, I like fucking.
That was incredible.
That shitty ass fucking that fucking douchebag. Like he got
jumping turtle, dude. Oh my god, man.
He was just like a shitty fucking.
Just a mean old man. He was
a security guard, right?
Yeah,
he was like a.
Well, he was a mean old man security guard.
Yeah.
He got clocked good, dude, and he fucking wanted to kill Chris after that. That was insane, dude. It's just like, it happened so fast, I didn't even know what the fuck happened, dude. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it was fucking wild.
It was funny, too, because, like, that night we were all like, yeah, dude, let's get fucking crazy, dog. Like, let's go fucking wild. And Chris is like, nah, man, like, I don't do that stuff anymore, dude. And I'm like, the music took him, dog, and he just fucking threw one fucking hand, dude. It just connected, bro.
We're all laughing. That guy's probably like got Alzheimer's now. He
might have, but man, he got up and was fucking ready to scrap, dog. Like he didn't look like much affected him after that. I was like, dude, this guy's fucking got the iron skull, dog. Like he's not fucking around, dude. Fucking hammerhead over there, dude. Yeah, I was fucking. That was fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah,
shout out to Jumping Turtle, dude.
Those are good times, dude. Yeah. What was the best venue? We haven't even like think about this in a long time. What was the best venue in San Diego.
I liked Epicenter.
Epicenter was probably the coolest.
That one was fucking rowdy, dude. And
because you could like
hang from the
beams and shit.
Yeah.
There was like a structural exposed. Like usually you see that it's like on a 20-foot ceiling.
Yeah,
it was right there.
Yeah.
Like you could jump up and grab it. I'm not
yeah.
jump up on top of it, like climb around and like just like
watch the show from a safe vantage point and shit.
No, I remember the sickest show I went to at Epicenter was I don't even remember the name of this band, dude. I don't even remember the name of this band. It was the best fucking show ever there, and I can't remember the name of the band. God damn it. Well, we weren't planning on talking about any of this shit.
No, this is what happens though when you have.
So like now I can't remember. It was like Dead to Fall or some shit.
Oh, was it Chill? I almost had it for a fucking second.
I think the band's called Dead to Fall.
That might be it. Was it the mini fucking?
It was a long time ago.
Wasn't it a good fucking roster of bands though?
Kind of.
Was Bleeding Through there at all?
No.
That might be a different show I was thinking.
No, this was like a super grimy, grungy, like.
That's so sick though.
Dude,
those are the best ones.
This was the best show ever.
Okay.
It was the best show ever.
Epicenter?
At Epicenter, it was the best show. I think Dead to Fall was the headliner, but it was like in 2005.
Okay.
It was one of the sickest shows I ever went to at that venue, and that was my favorite venue as far as layout and size. And
I think that one, and then
fun.
the one in Pomona, Glass House for Facedown Fest. I love that.
Glass House was cool.
It was just big. It was 2 stories. You could kind of.
I like the Bonzel House.
Okay, that's what I was just gonna say. I was like, if we're talking venues, I liked Glass House and Epicenter, but if we're talking fucking real cool,
well, no,
fun
it
times,
happened there a lot. There was a lot of shows there,
but it was just a house that these dudes had bands playing. It wasn't even like anyone. They might have lived there. I
just remember one time we were there, and then like there was
pillow
all the
fight,
couches.
dude.
There was it was like a big pillow fight.
That was the best thing ever.
And then we like left, and we just like threw all the like cactuses in the pool and like ran out. And people were just like, "Why would you do that?" We're just like, "Fuck you."
Shout outs to fucking what was the band that Matty B played in when they played there?
Too Pure to Die.
No, that was the best fucking band.
No, not that was. What was it called?
Gosh,
though? What was their band called?
Fucking second, dude.
It was
No. Show Your Pride never played there. It was when
Show Your Pride, dude. Show Your Pride played at Will Brown's
that
house.
was the best fucking shit.
Best show ever, dude.
No. Wasn't that Finishing Fatality when Joe Mosh was the?
It was Finishing Fatality.
Yeah, that was the fucking best.
It was Finishing
Shout outs to
Fatality.
Will, dude. Will's the fucking man.
Yeah,
dude.
no
That's
one knew,
cool,
dude. No one knew. Everyone thought that was like Katie's idea, but it was really his idea. Dude. He's like just masterminding the whole thing.
That was the. Oh, what was the fucking song?
Isn't Joe
they
Mosh
had?
like a fucking dumbass DJ now?
Yeah, EDM
DJ
fucking
Saber
Lord,
or
bro.
some shit.
DJ
What a fucking
EDM, dog.
jackass, dude. I saw him at the mall one day, like not that long ago, and I was like, "What's up, Joe?" He's like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "What was?" He's like, "I always liked your sweater, dude." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You had a cool Calder Preserve sweater." I was like, "Are you on drugs?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm talking about drugs." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
He's just talking in fucking EDM. He's just like blah blah blah. What the fuck are you even saying, bro?
He used to be cool, dude.
Oh
Didn't
my
he make
God,
like a
dude.
video back in the day, like how to mosh like on
then
YouTube and broke his
fucking
arm?
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. That's how you fucking mosh, bro. You don't give any fucks, bro.
This how you two-step. This how you fucking... It was just like... It was like Chris Weidman broke his fucking arm, like he snapped it around.
He like stood back on it, like
dumbass,
fucking like
dude.
collapsed and shit. Like
How many
Yeah.
people did we know that broke their arms like that, though?
fucking too many.
Remember
people, bro.
Lauren
Yeah,
had his arm.
right?
Yeah, had his arm.
Was it
broken.
the same way at a show or what?
It was at a show, and then he would go
Poor-
with
poor
the cast and
Joe.
still
Yeah.
fucking mosh.
Poor Joe, this wasn't even at a show. It was just a YouTube video and his like living room and shit.
Bro.
That
Bro,
sounds so
remember?
good.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about that. You know what I'm talking about, the micro penis story? With
Oh god,
fucking-
yeah.
We don't need to talk about that. Chris was like, "What, dude?" He's like, "I gotta show you my dick." Dude. He's like, "How big's your dick, dude?" Because like, my dick's like this big, and Chris was just like, "What?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Show me your cock, bro." He's like,
You know what? That's just a sign of a good friend, bro. Right? Like,
I guess. I mean, we all knew about it, so I don't know how good of a friend he was.
I know how big you are.
I knew that guy for like my whole life. I knew that guy. No, I knew that guy my whole life, dude.
Who, Jamaj?
No, I must not say his name, but the other guy, the guy that Chris had the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was in Pathfinders, which was like a Boy Scouts thing.
That was also what we were in Rincon, dude. Pathfinders, dog.
You know.
That's
it's like
crazy.
This could be like a true sign of like the fucking what's that like theory that like
all Boy Scout leaders.
No. Let's get serious here. No, what's it called?
Sorry, I'm just doing monkey stuff. Dude.
No, it's like the theory that this is all simulation, right? It's like how is Pathfinders like so repetitive in my like lifetime? It's like what does this mean? Like how could it be? What is the coincidence? What is the coincidence that Anderson Silva breaks his leg in a fight against Chris Weidman, and then Chris Weidman breaks his leg in a fight against like. If you wrote that into a script in Hollywood, it would get rejected on the premise of like this is
make believe.
This is unbelievable bullshit. Like, come back with a real fucking script, you shitty ass scrub.
Save that for Disney Channel.
It's like, yo, no. If you think you've seen it all, dude, like you haven't seen jack shit. Because like, there's like fucking coincidence, serendipitous fucking bullshit that can happen in life that like it will make you wonder.
Deja vu, dog. Yeah, you're just like,
fucking Pathfinders, bro. So we were in Pathfinders, and we would sleep in the same tent together all the time because we had to share a tent with someone. It was like twos, and we would share a tent all the time. And I knew that guy like really well, but I didn't know him that well.
Yeah,
I didn't know fucking the baby character.
I thought you guys were good friends, bro. He didn't show you his dick, dog.
Yeah, he should have asked, dude. I would have told him. I would have been like, bro, like you don't ever do this ever again. Like,
it's funny. I always tell Megan,
you do this here, you do this now. You don't.
That's like a friend thing. Like it's like Step Brothers exactly. You just like come out of the bathroom and you're like, I knew we were the same size. You're like, it's like a sign of a good friend, bro. Oh my god, dude.
Kind of weird though. Like no, you know, like old people at the gym always like just shower butt ass naked, and you're just like,
it's because they used to show their dicks to everyone, bro. They're like used to that shit. It's like, what? We're not friends, bro. Like, I can't show you this thing.
It's like a weird thing, though. I swear, it's like a creepy.
It's a power move, I think.
They're just like,
it's like I got nothing else to live for.
I remember there was this guy on a Howard Stern. I don't know how we're going down these rabbit holes. There's like this guy on Howard Stern show who was like half. Like not all there. Like he was one of the whack packer guys.
Oh, Gary Busey, dude.
No,
I'm just kidding.
He was a whack packer, which means you had to be like mental to like be in that group. And he would talk about how he like has this like freakishly big cock, and he'd like just go to like he would just go to the saunas at the gyms and go to the gyms and like just walk around like naked, like in the showers and shit, just to like stunt on people.
Wouldn't
like,
you?
With this baby arm, just like.
Wouldn't you? I think I would. Like honestly, dude, I'd wear like really tight clothing all the time, so you could just see the fucking like flashlight just hanging right there, dude.
I remember one time we had these friends at our like apartment we used to live at, and like. I can't remember what we're doing, but like the girl that lived there, she's like, "Hey, we saw this at the gas station the other day. Like, you think this is real?" And it was just this guy, and like, this guy was a badass dude. He was just in some like, so he didn't have any underwear on. He was like in some sweatpants, and his fucking hog was like, just
dripping a little, dude.
This guy's fucking hog was insane. And they're like, "Is that real, or is this guy doing like a bit?" I'm like, "You think he's doing a bit at the gas station pumping gas, bro?" I was like, "Stop,
right? Yeah. This is where my favorite crowd is."
Yeah. Like, you think there's a hidden camera somewhere? They're trying to make a YouTube video, dude. It's like, no. This guy is fucking. You know, he's like the William Dafoe of Escondido.
Dude,
supposedly that guy has like they had to like stunt cock down, like they had to like use a stunt cock to make it not be so like insane.
There was a YouTube streamer that my brother used to watch. He killed himself.
What?
Really sad, dude. He got too into the social media and the YouTube like atmosphere and said some things, and people turned on him.
Comments?
Yeah.
Don't look at the comments.
Etika, I think is his name. Dude, he was He was funny though, dude. Because my brother said he used to watch like when the Switch was first being released, the Joy-Con boys. He had his own like little crew, and he would just wear these like basketball shorts, and he had this big fucking cock, and he would just always like glance into the camera and shit. And my brother was just like, dude, this guy's a fucking badass.
Dude, I'm like,
bro.
it's heating in here, dog.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
do this
pretty
shit
hot,
anymore.
dude. It's it always heats up on this podcast, bro. Serious podcast only, bro.
Dude, it's fucking hot as balls. Okay.
We're talking some pretty racy shit here.
Did you hear about the... That's funny. No.
It's pretty epic, though.
Dude.
I was like, because it just brings my point. If I had a fucking hogger, dude, I'd be doing this. I'd be wearing short shorts and having the head just pop out a little, like, you know, just be like, oh shit, my bad. Like, yeah. I think I would do it, dude.
You get like a dick reduction surgery, dude. I can run, I can jog comfortably now. People are like, "What are you talking about?" You're just like,
dude, they make it more simple and shit, dude. It's not like, no, it's a thing. It's like being buff, and you always see the dude with his shirt off. It's the same thing. If I was buff, I'd have my shirt off all the time. If I had a big fucking cock, I'd be fucking rocking that thing all day, dude. Yeah, I'd have the mini Padre just fucking sitting there, dog. Like, what's up, boy?
oh man. Yeah. Yeah, that's why girls fucking throw their shit around. They know what's up. Dude.
I mean, you know,
we're just doing.
If you got it, fucking show it, dude. You know,
yeah.
You might as well fucking, you know,
life's short.
Yeah,
get STDs.
yeah. Try it out, dude.
Find out.
Yeah.
Test the medical system's like response time. It's like how fast they can clear up your fucking gonorrhea, dude. Let's find out.
Like, oh wow, like that was a lot faster than I thought, dude.
Push it to the limit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Good times.
Let's get in here. Let's see what we got over here, bro. What do you feel about getting into the Bitcoin and
I don't know. It dropped. I almost want to buy into that shit. I'm kind of scared though because it's like that's a gamble and a half.
I mean, I was watching a podcast this week. It was the Honeydew. I forget the gentleman that was on it, but at the end of the podcast, he asked everyone the same thing. Well, what's some advice you would tell your 16-year-old self? And he was like, buy Bitcoin. And I laughed so hard. I was like, that's the fucking... There's Bitcoin ATMs now in fucking 7-Eleven, bro.
Down the street, right?
Down the fucking street, dude. Like, there's shit changing.
It's wild, dude. It's weird because it's like, it's not backed by like anything.
From what I can tell, it's like, I don't know what it's backed by.
And you're like
hopes and dreams, dude.
That's you're just like, well, like, but I guess nothing is, right? Like, I mean, U.S. money's not backed by anything.
It used to be, right?
Not anymore.
Gold and silver and shit.
Gold, yeah, but not anymore. So I guess it's, I don't know. It's kind of scary though, man. I don't know. I think investing in it, you might be better off. Like, you have to watch it, and you got to be real smart and vigilant. And I'm not the kind of person.
No,
I think you should just get into like a stock.
I think
you really want to
safer, or maybe some what is it, like a savings account that kind of accumulates money as the more you put in, or something that's a little bit more tangible.
Get like an IRA.
Yeah.
Once you get $20,000 in an IRA, you can trade stocks on it and not pay taxes.
That's insane.
Yeah. So like I've made a little bit of money in the stock market, but I had to pay taxes on it. Like definitely. Tesla, before the split, I bought into it, and I had to pay taxes on that. Like 30%.
Taxes are a bitch, man.
30%. If you don't hold it for a year, it's 30%. But like, there's loopholes. So, like a Roth IRA account, if it doesn't have a lot of money in it, you can't like day trade on it. But you can do like, I think it's like 3 trades a week or a month or something.
Okay. Before
you draw attention to it, and you can dodge taxes like through trading in an IRA account. So like it's tax free.
That's sick.
And it's a good savings account kind of. So like if you had like I don't do this, but I know about it because I don't watch fucking people stream games. Yeah, so like like, let's be honest. You know what'd be interesting? I'm just gonna throw some hella shade right now, and like I might sound like an asshole and like greatly offend like probably people who are listening to this.
Assholes are cool too, man.
But like, yeah, I like assholes. Dude.
Is that black hole or pink brown star, bro?
I think it'd be interesting to do like a case study on like the correlation between people who are like self-proclaimed like Twitch viewers. Like I can see why people stream on Twitch because they want to play games.
Yeah.
And like, hey, why don't I like to play games. I'll play games and make money. Obviously, it's like a real shot in the dark who makes it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Because like most of these people, I'd say it's just a luck of the draw that some people are considered entertaining.
Definitely.
Because like
you could be a good gamer.
They're considered entertaining. Like I've watched like some of the most entertaining streamers stream for like a minute or like watch a clip because it's like going viral or something, and I watch it and I'm like, this is fucking the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't understand it, but I would want to see some kind of study done on like Twitch consumers, whatever that word is they use, and like correlation between like like IQ and like like what is the what defines a quintessential like stream consumer?
What makes it good?
Because I literally cannot watch a stream. Well, I cannot watch them. I've tried.
Two different types of viewers.
I've tried. I have literally tried. Unless it's like a major Street Fighter tournament.
That's the only time.
It's the only time I can watch it. Like if it's just someone playing a game, it just is unbelievably fucking unbearably boring.
It depends on the person. I think that Avoiding the Puddle, Eris, I think he's actually entertaining to watch.
Oh, he's funny.
I think he's a funny guy. So watching him play a game, and he's not playing. This is the thing that I don't like.
The thing is, I couldn't even watch an Eris stream if he was playing like.
But this
you're talking about Eris, right?
Yeah, but this is the difference. He doesn't play, and he might play these games, but I don't watch him. He plays games like he played this like Yakuza PlayStation 1 game. Okay. And it was fucking sick. And all he did in that game was like gamble. He would just go to this gambling hall. He would do all these things to get money and then just like lose it all at this gambling hall. And just to hear his banter, dude, it was entertaining. And I actually liked it. But I don't really see him playing like all these like popular games, or if like a new game drops, he's not playing games he wants to play. He's playing games he wants to play.
Now that will produce maybe more of like a natural like joy, because like you see some of these streamers and they don't seem like they're very happy
at all. No.
So like that might be just like it's a little easier to like.
But I don't even watch his streams.
I like how we're using words like ingest and consume. What the fuck happened? Content, ingest. Because these are food fucking like. Yeah. Like what are we talking about? Why the fuck did this become the language? Like who was the authority on this?
It makes it sound more legitimate when you like putting it in terms like that.
They need to have like a. They need to have like a fucking global like coalition of like people to like come together to rename this shit, because it is just the stupidest fucking names you could possibly come up with. They need to get like intellectuals across like the whole planet to like come up with the best names for this stupid shit and stop calling it like we're eating things. Like no one's eating this shit. Like I'm fucking barely paying attention while I'm like on another page.
That's the crazy part, is that there is people actually paying attention, and that's where the difference is. There's people that are entertained by people doing the same thing they're doing. So I think that if you're playing Fortnite and you see someone playing fucking Fortnite, they're a good streamer to you, because it's like they're doing exactly what I'm doing. So I feel like there's validation in it. I don't know. I'd never watched. I'm the same as you.
I can't get into it.
I can't do it either.
I can't watch it.
And I don't even like most of the new games that come out. And even if I did, I don't think I'd watch someone play it. I would just play it myself.
It just makes me want to play something. Like I'm like, why the fuck am I watching this guy play?
I'd rather just play. And this is another thing I don't get. It would be hard to start streaming, especially for me, because I fucking suck at video games. And I don't even like playing with you guys and having you guys see me suck. I couldn't imagine streaming it to all these fucking people, dude. I don't know. I'm like, dude, you guys got some balls, if anything, because I don't think a lot of people are good at games, dude.
Oh, they definitely have balls. They have balls at like using any amount of effort and time doing something that will like statistically
lead to like an inevitable suicide attempt at least. Like, no, like I'm serious. Like, you got fucking balls, bro. You're gambling in Yakuza PlayStation 1, okay? Like, you're gambling big time. You're gambling with more than fucking fake currency.
You're gambling with your mental health, dude.
Yeah, you might as well be buying fucking Dogecoin and like selling your fucking... Come on, dude. Like, this is like...
It's maddening to me sometimes. Like, you just... Yeah, it's just so
I didn't mean to go down this like tangent about like just shitting on like people, but like I don't know what it is about this shit. Like, it does not interest me, and I understand that, like, you know, to each their own, right? But I think it would be an interesting insight if you could get some data. I like looking at data. Like, I don't know why I think it's interesting, but like, what's the data on the average? Like, what is the factor that makes someone want to sit and watch someone play something? Not at like a super high level, but just like slogging through some random game.
I think it's the views,
like, I think it's interesting, like the events where it's like the speedrun events. Like, I think there's a lot of like merit in that, because that's like something that takes a lot of skill.
I respect speedrunning.
These people are showing off in a situation where maybe it's not everything's going to go their way. Maybe the spawn on 007 on the boat level is going to be on the other side of the map, and you're going to not win the record because the guy is just random fucking luck. You know what I mean?
What is that called? The random RNG.
So like,
you can never account for that. Yeah, I think that's what makes it fun and interesting to watch.
I think that's cool. Honestly, like that 3-day event.
I actually listened to a speedrunning podcast.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Like, I respect it. I could watch something like that.
Well, it sounds funny, but like, I don't play much games, but I dabbled in speedrunning a little bit.
But like, watching a speedrunner just try to get his speed run faster, like on his personal stream, there isn't a fate worse than something. Like, you could torture me by making me watch someone try and like fucking just shave a millisecond off of this fucking one run on one level. I would rather fucking pound my penis into fucking like a hamburger meat and eat it like on a fucking patty. Like, there's nothing worse than that shit. Like, and it's weird. It's like, there has to be something. There has to be something. Like,
well, I think you
have them answer a questionnaire, have them take like fucking, I mean, have them take some tests, have them see, because there's something that is like, there's some link in between, because like, I played video games my whole fucking life, and you couldn't fucking pay me to fucking watch that shit.
Well, I think it was different when we were watching Twitch too, because it was honestly, there was a purpose for it. It's not like we were watching Twitch to watch Ninja play a game. We were watching Twitch to watch 8 on the Break or a tournament that was going on, a local tournament. And
bro, but I would always be playing while the tournament was going on. There'd be a certain group of people at Vince's house that would be watching 8 on the Break, but I would be sitting there playing against anyone who'd want to play.
I feel you.
And just have an eye over to it.
I'd only just watch Top 8 most of the time, but I would like. I used to play all the time.
I just like fucking playing it. Like, to watch someone play is like just deeply.
There's something to it though, because.
But at a high level, like in a tournament setting, because you see the pressure, you see the moment.
How were you as a kid? You have a brother. Did Riley ever play games and you just turned the other way because you hated watching games?
I'd watch it fucking
exactly. So I think there is something to it, to where you're watching somebody play and maybe you feel somewhat connected to them, or maybe like you're a part of something and that's why you're doing it, or maybe you're just trying to find out information on the game. Like, there could be multiple reasons for it.
Well, okay, so I was watching it for entertainment, because at the time in 1997, when my brother was playing Final Fantasy 7 or whatever, like in 1996,
that's the one you watched all the time,
because we got it for Christmas in 1996.
One person can play.
Or something. Maybe it was 1995. It was either 95 or 96. When PlayStation kind of first came out.
That fucking game changed my life, dude.
But it was already greatest hits, so it might have been 96.
Okay.
So we got Final Fantasy. I watched him play the whole fucking game, but that was retrospectively, that was actually a pretty legitimate form of entertainment.
It was a media,
right?
It was like I always said that it was like a RPG to me was a movie or a series that you played out.
Yeah,
it was fucking cool.
So it was like, I could either watch him play Final Fantasy 7, which was a 1-player game on like the cutting edge fucking system, or I could go get another TV, which we probably didn't have at the time,
and play like
and
Nintendo
go
or something.
plug in my fucking Nintendo and play Skate or Die and try and do a 720 for like an hour. It's like that would, I mean, I did do that every once in a while,
Yeah.
but watching them play like a boss fight in Final Fantasy 7 was pretty fucking hype. But that was in 1996. And like, I was a child. So like, you know, and then people could be like, what do you do? So, you know, I do some pretty boring ass shit, but I think it's interesting, right? Like one thing that I told my dad this one time and he was like freaking out. We were talking about World War I and I knew all this like random information on it. He's like, how are you, like, what are you talking about? I listened to the whole hardcore history thing on World War I, which was like 12 hours worth of just a podcast dialogue of what's that guy's name? Dan something. He's just like telling it in like super detail about the battles and how it all started and the fucking in Prussia and fucking the Prussian Empire and the Tsars and fucking Russia and fucking England and all this shit. How the fuck it was like the most interesting fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And someone could be like, that shit is boring and it's a fucking waste of my time. It's like, well, like, yeah, kind of, but like, this interests me. Like, right? Like, now I think it's interesting to like hear about history.
I got you.
Like, I always liked history, but like, I think it's interesting to hear things about history. Like, I think there's some value in that.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have to do with just like, I don't know, maybe it has to do with a maturity thing or something. Because I used to like watching my brother play Final Fantasy 7, but like now it's like, this isn't that interesting to me. But like,
I think it just, I mean, I got into speedrunning maybe like 2 years ago, and I was watching YouTube videos on it and like seeing world records happen, and I thought it was kind of cool.
It is cool. Like, I kind of want to low key get into actually speedrunning Jurassic Park on Sega Genesis.
You're pretty good.
Well, I know how to beat the game. I just have to like fine tune some things and just get to where I can beat every level without like dying.
I got you.
Like, and I feel like I could do a respectable run. I think I could beat it without dying. I think it's possible.
I think so too.
I think if you just, it's like a pattern, right?
You
just don't fucking jump up at the end of the first level. In theory, you could beat the whole game in one life. If you could do it without taking any damage or very little damage.
Okay.
Like, I think it's possible.
I think that's some of the coolest, like,
and I think that's cool, but I think it's cool because I want to do that. I don't think it's cool that someone else wants to fucking do that.
All I know,
or I wouldn't think it'd be cool to watch someone else do it.
Is it can influence you in a way. I watched somebody do Shinobi 3 speedrun, and 5 minutes later, I bought Shinobi 3 on Steam, and I started fucking playing. So, like, I think there's, like, some weight to it to where it can inspire you a little bit. And I think that's where my life is. It's like, if anything in 5 minutes can inspire me to change my direction in life, I think that's a cool thing. If it gets me so hyped to where I'm like, dude, I want to do that. You know what I mean?
But did it change very much?
It changed 2 days out of my life, dude. I practiced hard as fuck, but then I realized, like, man, this is a fucking journey. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one of the things where you weigh out what you think is really fucking worth it. You know?
Maybe it's that that like humans innately are like hungry for like knowledge and like
learning,
right?
Even if it's just a fucking part in a game where you do this instead of that. And you feel like, damn, dude, I fucking learned something today. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I fucking couldn't do this yesterday, and today I can.
That might be the common thread that, like, makes all this possible.
I think so.
The question is, why aren't you trying to learn something greater than fucking... Like, that's my question.
I get you.
It's like, you know, because, you know, the shit that I spend my time, like, I wouldn't even bore people with it. It's like clinical psychologists talking about fucking, like... the way the mind works.
I think this goes more,
or like people's like how important like sleep is, like leading sleep scientists talking about like the you know fucking how important a good night's sleep is compared to like how that is like one of the only determining factors of like dementia and like women over fucking like how good of like the only thing they can fucking come to is like how good of sleep you got during your lifetime. Like, that shit's interesting to me. You know what I mean?
I got you. Well, so it's funny because last podcast we were talking about movies and anime, and you know, I didn't really give my opinion on it, and I feel like
Anime.
I'm the complete opposite of you. I watch anime. I listen to music. Like, I actually like that kind of thing. And you're into something completely different. And it's like, to each their own. People are into their own things. But, like, what do you find enjoyment in? And you know what? I find enjoyment in fucking anime. I watch One Piece. I read One Piece. I watch all the new little fucking shitty animes that come out. And, you know, those opening theme songs sometimes fucking give me hope in this dim, dark world. And,
I like animes. I like animes. I like the ones I liked because I think that it was good, like, role model for kids. Because, like, sometimes, you know, like my dad wasn't around that much.
No.
He was always working. He was a workaholic. And when I saw him, it was just like a
Pat
threat to, like, get, like, beaten. Like, I was just, like, walking across a fucking razor thin line. I'm like, but, like, you know, it's all good. Like, I got no resentment, like, towards, like, anything that ever happened.
I think that's an old father mentality too, right?
What I'm saying is, like as a kid, you know, seeing these, like, stories of, like, heroes that, like, are not, like, it's almost like a Superman type thing, but, like, it's a little more depth to it. Like, in an anime, it gets to play out, like, a lot longer.
Definitely.
It's almost like the difference between a movie and a show.
Yeah.
Like The Sopranos, like 7 or 9 seasons, and, like, the character development was crazy, and you got to see all these different instances.
Get
like,
connected.
you watch a movie where someone does something courageous or whatever, but it's just like, you know, it was one little thing in a fucking movie. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, seeing like Dragon Ball Z, seeing, like, Goku, like, always fucking saving the world, like, even in the face of, like, impending doom, like, he sacrificed his life or whatever it is, right? Like, it's very touching, but it's good that you see those, like, these heroes or, like, the courage or whatever, even though it's kind of silly. Like, I still like it, right? I still like the original Dragon Ball Z run.
Shout outs to fucking Naruto, because that's how I lost all that weight when I fucking what did I lose? Maybe, like,
you lost like 50 or 60 pounds.
60 pounds, I'd say, about. Yeah. And it was all the fucking thanks to Guy Sensei and Rock Lee, bro. Fucking self-rule, dude. I fucking, you know, I heard this thing where it's like, where other people are sleeping, there was this motivation thing. It was like, while other people are sleeping, Naruto's at home training and getting better. And it doesn't matter what it is, if it's a sit-up, reading, like, you know, I really took that to heart, and I was like, dude, like, there's no excuse. Like, there's no fucking excuse. And I remember just doing the Rock Lee fucking self-rules, dude. If I can't fucking run 5 miles, I'm going to do fucking 100 push-ups. If I can't fucking... Dude, and I just fucking self-ruled myself.
What's crazy is seeing these people break the pull-up records and shit. They'll do, like, thousands of them.
Incredible,
and you're just
dude.
Like, how is this even possible?
Working fucking at it every fucking day, I'm sure, dude.
It's like,
you know, 1 week do fucking 100, then the next week do 110.
The athletes are at, like, this day and age are just on another fucking level. Like, they've, like, literally, like, the runners, like, don't have toes. They, like, don't have fingers and shit. They're like
fucking...
They're just fucking monsters, dude. You're just like, what? These motherfuckers are running 200-mile races and shit. You're just like,
it's fucking crazy, bro.
What? Like, ultra marathons and shit?
Yeah, dude.
They're just like people dying. Like,
fucking...
there's no more sense of glory, though. Like, these people, if there was another time period, these people would be like heroes, in the battlefield. Dude. You know what I mean? But like, we live in a time where, like, you got to spend those types of people are, like, running themselves to death, like, on a fucking, like, race, like, that was intended for, like, horseback riders, like, in the fucking like 18th century.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
They got bored because all the fucking, like, ranches, like, stopped, like, having fucking cowboys and shit. So, like, let's have a 100-mile horse race from, like, here to there. Then that became a foot race. Like, one guy was just like, I'm gonna do it on foot, and then it became, like, an only foot race because, like, you know.
Yeah, fucking... dude. Because then they started horse racing, bro, and they, like, put their horses in their own league, dude. Yeah. Like, they don't need to be rode. Well, they do get jockeys, right?
Well, they still have those long distance horse races, but, like, yeah.
What do you feel about horse races? Do you think they're brutal? Do you think they're
I don't see the point of it.
I think it's fucking...
I think it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that people think that it has something to do with the like, conditions on the track. And, like, I think it has more to do with the fact that they're, like, trying to push these young horses that,
too
like,
far, too fast, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, there's a thing with, like, you know, you get a horse, like a baby horse, like Greenbrook, like the halter broken, and and then you like wait for them to get older. They have to be like 2 for you to start like really trying to develop any type of skill, like with like a saddle or like, but you don't even really get on them and ride them for any length of time other than a short amount of time. And then once they're like 4, then they're like more developed to be rodent longer. But like once they're like 6 or 7, like you can fucking go ham on them and they won't get these injuries. But like I think this is like, you know, I've heard them talk about this show on the news a lot, and like I've never seen them draw this correlation to it, but I think that the horses are too young, and that's why their bones are breaking. I think they're getting small fractures because they're being pushed at a smaller age, and then once they get on this track where it's like go full clip, their legs just fucking shatter, bro. And it's really sad because you got to put a horse down if their legs break.
Yeah, and that's a real thing, right? Because somebody, I think I had an argument at work where they're like, "No, dude, that's not real," and I was like, "I'm pretty sure they just
kill them."
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think there's anything.
They can't find a way to like splint it without the horse like just fucking constantly breaking it and making it a problem. Yeah.
Damn, that's a shame, dude.
Yeah, I had a horse die one time because we were trying to do like we were trying to castrate him, and like he was really kind of like a stupid horse, and I feel bad. That was a fucked up day. Holy shit, that was a fucked up day. But they had to do like the one ball was like kind of up in his body, so they had to like try and cut him open to like find it, and then like it didn't even fucking work. And then like when they were trying to stitch him up, his like intestines kept like coming out. And then like when we stood him up after the thing, he like was just so crazy. Like that's what the thing is, like you can't splint their arm because they'll just act so crazy they just break it again. So like he just started freaking out and then fell down and it just like blew all that shit open again. And like it just wasn't gonna happen. We had to put him down. Yeah, that was a fucked up.
That's terrible, dude.
That was a shitty day.
That sounds like a shitty day,
bro. That was a fucking shitty ass day, dude. That was a fucked up day.
Yeah, fucking wild animals, bro. You know, it's like that's why they don't get fucking worked on in the wild, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, like, usually you don't have that problem with like castrating them as far as like it being a one nutter.
Did they just cut so deep because they had to find the ball? Like, fuck.
It's like in a different part of the body. Ugh. It's like doesn't really drop right. Like one ball drops, but the other one doesn't. It's like still behind like a wall.
What if they left it? Could they leave that?
Could have left it, but he would have been a stud still. He could have bred, or he could have.
I got you.
They have that when you gild them. They like have an attitude change too. They actually get bigger.
Okay.
The testosterone like keeps them leaner. But like if you cut them, they get real big and like strong.
That makes sense.
They're stronger. It's weird. Geldings are strong as fuck, dude. Like studs have like more like maybe more like just torque or something. Like they're more lean, but like the fucking you gild a horse, they get big as fuck. You start, dude. They'll just like get swole. It's weird. All right. They kind of get fatter looking, but like in a way they're like stronger in ways.
For sure, I believe that. What do you feel about getting into this this riot fighting game, dude?
Project I don't know much about it. Tell me about it.
Okay, so
it's the LOL
it's called
guys.
Project L. It's a riot fighting game, and from what I believe,
Riot is like
the League of Legends MOBA.
What else are they known for? That's all they're known for.
Valorant, that PUBG type game where it's like.
Is it like PUBG or is it like?
It's a mix of like MOBAs and PUBG, where you like have unique skills to each character. It's kind of like Overwatch a little bit, yeah. But apparently that's doing really well right now. It wasn't so well received when it first came out, but it's actually
Valorant.
Yeah, it's like top 5 on the charts, dude, of Twitch.
Are they paying people to play it?
They might be though. So I mean, there might be some like bullshit to it.
It could be good. I don't know.
But I mean, what I'm getting at is they're making games and people are somewhat enjoying them, I guess. And they scooped 2 guys up.
They have a lot of money because they sell skins.
Yeah.
And stupid shit, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it.
They sell loot crates.
Oh yeah, dude.
So they're gonna make a fighting game where you have to like
buy loot crates,
pay $5 to play fucking the character that you want to play.
I mean, that might be a thing, dude. But they did testing.
Is it called Puzzles and Paychecks?
I wish it was, dude.
Is it called fucking
Project L? Project Loot Box, dude.
Yeah. You're gonna lose Project L. You're gonna lose your money, motherfucker. It's like we're gonna take that shit, dog.
But they were doing
You know that's like a predatory like practice, right? Like there's like
no. That there's
the whole game is created. They pay like psychologists and like people to like tell them like put these types of lights, put this type of noise, play it at this time, because it like brainwashes you into throwing money at it.
I bought skins in Rust, and none of them mean anything. I have a skin for a fucking hatchet that just cuts wood, and it doesn't cut any more wood. It was like $5 for this fucking skin, and it's like
I can't talk shit because like
we always talk shit about skins, and one day me and Jeremy just put like $20 on Rust. And
It works on you.
It does,
because you're like, I play this game a lot, and
when I open my garage door, I want to see it as a fucking skin,
right? I only paid one time to play it, like so I bought it. It was a one-time purchase, and I feel like I'm getting enough out of this game to where I want to put some money into it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that there are people that have put like $10,000 into fucking Bejeweled or whatever. Yeah. No, what was that dumbass fucking game?
Puzzles and Dragons.
No. What's the one that's like? I don't even know what it's called. Candy Crush?
Oh, Candy Crush. Yeah.
Dude, there are people who've like spent their life savings on fucking.
Well, that's why I was talking about Puzzles and Dragons, because I remember Sean told me that
Puzzles and Dragons is. He
was like, dude, I like have like a fucking this account. I spent this much money on it and shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, that's when I first realized that like the loot box thing was like a real thing, and like pay to win or like pay to play was like a real thing. I didn't believe it at first. I was like, there's no way anyone would spend money on Puzzles and Dragons.
I think it's like a very like pernicious practice. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's like a bad thing overall for like. I think it's a bad look. I think you have like there's almost some like suable. Like I almost feel like you can sue these people for like willfully, like knowingly.
So. It's like gambling or something. Right?
No, but like those slot machines are fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They're like it's a science. They like purposely fucking have it make you win enough to where you think you can kind of run it back, and every once in a while you'll hit big, but overall, like if you keep
just losing,
if you keep fucking with it, the casino always wins.
Yeah,
and like
that's fucking true.
I can't talk too much shit because I did recently make an in-game purchase on something, but like I understand what's going on, and I was willing to make that. Like,
I think that's what it came.
I was willing to do that, but like some people kind of have a problem with like.
Some kids are like stealing their mom's credit card to like buy a skin on
and
a
it's
gun
young people, and they're growing up with this like this mindset of like, oh, I love doing this kind of shit, and I don't think it's technically good for them. I don't think it's
so
it's healthy for them. But we'll keep going. So Riot Games is gonna make fucking
a fighting
Project
L, and they're doing a live test. I think it was this weekend, the 23rd to the 25th. I think today's the 25th, and it's going to be an invite only, like an in live, like you have to show up at this warehouse and like play it there. And Justin Wong and Sonic Fox both hit him up and were like, yo, send us an invite. So I'm hopeful to see what happened, and maybe they did get invited. And I was watching Button Check this week, and Ernesto was saying how this could be a big change in the FGC, how it could really bring the esports factor in and like bring some money to back the game, actually, you know, have some people play for some real chunk of change, bro.
So what you're telling me is that there's going to be money to be made off the backs of middle schoolers stealing their mom's credit cards and buying skins.
Well, if anything,
this is like a wealth redistribution fucking.
It should hype them up to steal their mom's credit cards more now, because it's like, hey, dude, like,
you know how there's like
the fucking
donate to the pod. It's like all this shit. It's like, hey, donate to these like legendary fighting game fucking players by stealing your mom's credit card. Like, remember when WoW got in trouble for like having this donation drive, and then they only like they donated all this money for like something, and they only gave like a fraction of it to like this was a big dude.
That's legit.
This Blizzard got bodied for that shit. They like did this like whole sympathy like donate for this like thing that happened. I wish I remember the story, but like they ended up just like stealing like 90% of the money, or it was a skin in WoW to it was like a weird mount.
Okay.
This is gonna be like, this is a revisionist history of this, but like I'm gonna go through.
Iron this out a little bit.
I'm gonna go through what my recollection of it was. There was like a mount that you could buy, or something like that you could buy, and that money would go to the BlizzCon like arena tournament for like, and this was all in a retail World of Warcraft. And what happened was like only a fucking small fraction of the money that came from the sales of that went to pay the people that were at BlizzCon for the tournament. And people found out about it, and it just caused this like huge backlash. Like they were just scamming people for money. And it's like, okay, well that's Activision / Blizzard, and now they're just like a fucking shell of who they. It's like, okay, well, what's this fucking Raid or Rod or what did you say, this new gaming company?
Riot? They're not
Riot.
new.
So Riot, what are new kids on the block? Fucking new kids on the block over here. That's their whole business plan. If you don't see that shit, is that it's like it's like we have all this money to back up all these games. Where do you think they got that money from? They're stealing it from children. Like,
I mean, probably, but I mean, these children.
Oh no! They're like convincing. Have you ever seen that movie? We gotta watch this movie one day on the podcast. It was called Private Lessons. Vincent knows what I'm talking about.
Fuck.
It was called Private Lessons. About this middle school kid who's like a rich kid, and his parents are always gone, and like the butler and the maid collude in a scheme to like. They start fucking this kid.
We watched this at fucking Tim's house, dog. That was me and you, bro.
Okay.
That was the pool scene, bro.
So
Jesus
the girl starts
Christ.
fucking this kid. And it's like, I was like, yo, is this like a French movie or some shit?
I swear to God.
No, it was
dude.
weird. So this kid starts banging this chick. And the plan is that she's in cahoots with like the butler, like overseer of the property. And that like she's gonna fake her death and extort money from this kid, and he's gonna like kind of find like the family's like hidden wealth, and like he knows the safe combination, or he knows the password or something. There's not this is an old movie. It's not like the 70s, maybe early 80s, and he's gonna give the money just over to them, and then because he's gonna be like, look, I'll take care of the body. Like, don't tell anyone. It was almost like a fucking Lion King. I feel like Lion King kind of like ripped from this plot. Like, they can't find out. Like, don't worry though. Like, you just gotta run away. Like, so he's like, just give me some money and I'll like cover it up, and like we don't ever talk about this ever again. And he was just gonna like split the money with the girl, but the girl, through banging this fucking, he's supposed to be an 8th grader. This is like,
it was insane,
dude. This is insanity. Like, if this movie was on fucking AMC Classics, it would have a fucking trigger warning at the beginning of it, dude. It'd be like, this film like shows an inappropriate fucking relationship between an older fucking woman and a young boy or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's fucking wild. Dude.
Yeah, that was.
It is wild as fuck. And then he had some fat little friend.
That's the one I remember.
Dude, that was so epic. And then so the girl. They bang so much that she actually like falls in love with him, kind of, and then she tells the kid like, yo, this guy is like fucking with you. And he's like, what? So then he sets up the other guy to like eat shit and go to prison. And it's like this whole crazy story. And it's it's a fucking crazy ass movie, bro.
That was a crazy
movie. That's pretty much like Riot Gaming's like tenure in like fucking how they made their money. If no one knows, like,
well, that's the thing. Who knows?
They probably have like, a lot of backers. They probably got like some
probably something. But it's like,
but that's where a lot of that money,
Dota 2,
bro. That's where that money.
Even the Dota 2, it's like, how are they having $1 million tournaments? Is it all backers? Like, where the fuck is this money coming from?
Now that's a good question. I think just because it's such a big game. It's such a big game that it's sponsored.
Wasn't it a custom game on Warcraft 3 at one point? Like the smallest game it could have ever been.
Yes, you're right. Like how
that's what trips me out.
No, but it was not an overnight. This for sure. Has been like 20 years in the making or something. So like, it's not necessarily the same. If you think the fucking fighting game community is toxic, bro, like that, that community is fucking crazy.
There's motherfuckers like
they'll like kill you if you like
fucking giving like kids like arthritis like intentionally. They're like, breaking their hands and shit, like
poisoning, like before
the fucking. I think that's where I saw the Red Bull like a thing where they were like, is Red Bull like considered a fucking performing enhancing drug and shit? I was like, what the
You don't need to consider
dude?
Red Bull. You need to worry about fucking Adderall.
Yeah,
fucking,
dude.
what's it called and shit. And even then, like, I mean, there's, even like smoking a cigar before or something. Like,
That shit'll jazz you up so fucking quick, dude.
Yeah, there's like
a nicotine fucking rush, dude. Yeah, you're fucking.
Nicotine is like a nootropic, and it stimulates brain cognitive function and shit. So like, it'll make you real. It's like, have you ever seen the movie The Equalizer?
Oh yeah, dude.
You could like, you know how he gets all like in the zone and like sees everything, kind of like, it's almost like he just like took a fat rip on a cigar, like some Cuban cigar, like rolled on the thighs of virgins. Like, he's just like, and he's just fucking seeing it all. He just like
numbers, like what the
cuts
fuck
everyone down.
That movie's so good.
That movie's fucking so good.
I love The Equalizer, dude.
Any movie that has to do with like Russian prostitutes and like something like crazy, like I'm a sucker for that shit, dude. Like I don't know why.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, but I guess we'll see what happens, dude.
See what happens.
Project L. It could be good. It could be bad.
I guarantee you, there's gonna be some pay to play aspect of it.
Oh,
they'd be like, "You want the EX? Sure, you can do it." It's like,
or it's like this the Tekken, Street Fighter Cross Tekken with the gems and shit, the gems packs, or there might be some fucking weird.
That's
shit.
what ruined that. That game was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
that game was actually pretty good.
It was a fun.
You know
game.
what's weird? I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking back on Street Fighter V, and I was remembering that I liked the game when it came out. Like, I actually liked it. I thought it was cool. And, like, how... I don't know if that's, like, a hot take now, but, like, I remember people were just shitting, and I was like, this game's alright, dude. I was like, this game's alright. Like, I didn't like the lag, and that's what eventually, like, kind of killed it. I quit right before they took the lag out.
Well, there's still lag in.
No, but, like, in... alleged intentional lag to help the online experience be better. That was their excuse. I don't even know.
Because this, I think this week, Rose just got released in the game.
I saw that she had like a fucking infinite and shit. Yeah, dude, that's so sick.
Fucking insane.
Just leave that shit in the game.
That's cool as fuck.
Leave that shit.
But Justin Wong was like,
what you need to do is you need to give everyone something like that. And the game would be sick. If everyone had like some weird EX move where they could sit there and jab strong over and over again, and you could, but you just make it like a one frame link, and you, dude, that would be the best game.
That'd be
ever.
fucking sick, dude.
It would be so sick.
Well, I heard Justin Wong saying that he's happy that Rose is in the game, and he'll stop talking or stop complaining about the lag for 2 weeks now. I was like, that's pretty funny.
It's still laggy?
Yeah.
Was it because the internet's laggy?
Yeah, it's the network.
You know, like when the game came out, like the game was laggy.
Well,
like
there's a thing you can do where you turn off certain drivers. I watched this whole thing, and Spooky even goes over it and like is telling these people to do it.
Oh, but that's to make the online better.
But yeah, exactly.
But you have to like let your firewall down.
yeah, like let all these viruses come in and shit.
Yeah,
let some guy like steal all your porn, like fucking and tell you that he's gonna send all these people your fucking.
Bro,
like,
did you hear about that kid that killed himself?
Yeah, that happens a lot, bro. That happens a lot.
Fucked up, dude.
And it comes down to the point where it's like, fucking leak my shit, dude. I will let.
No, bro. Who knows? He might have been the fucking Pathfinder die. Like, he might have
some Pinky D shit or what, dude?
Just straight fucking baby carrot.
Hey, fuck it. That's what you're into, dog. If that's what it's like.
I mean, this might be a hot take, but I personally like. Obviously, like the really fucked up like suicide stories. Like, I'm not like a fan of, but like. The like Romeo and Juliet, like something like that, like, you know, like I don't think kids shouldn't read that shit. Like, I think that's a good story, but like, and even like I don't know if this is like because I'm like a fan of like samurai fucking culture or some shit, and like ritual suicides.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like don't see a problem with it, like to the extent that most people do. Like, there's a lot of weird religious, like, oh, it's like a sin, all this bullshit. It's like. Okay, shut the fuck up. Like, no one gives a shit about that. But like, you know, it's not good when you hear a story like that.
Well, I just think they were so young when they decide to do stuff like that sometimes, and it's like, if they only knew that there was going to be something twice as embarrassing that's actually going to get released later on in their life, that like
what?
they're gonna do something, dog. Like, you know, people got skeletons in their closet, and people fucking find out shit about you that you never want people to know.
Shut the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, if I was his age, because they're pretty young, they're like preteens, maybe early teenagers, and someone was emailing me saying that they had videos of me beating off, and they were gonna send it to everyone on my friends list.
I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, just don't change that video out there. Yeah, give me the respect of like, because they'll do that shit, but they'll change it to like gay porn.
Oh yeah,
or like kitty porn. Or shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like put some respect on my
at
name,
least,
bro.
Yeah,
like put that fucking Shibari shit back up there, whatever. Like
Futnari,
Sasuke
Naruto.
Don't fucking do me dirty like this shit, dog, dude. Don't do me dirty like this, dude.
Just put Night Shift Nurse on and let the fucking world know.
Exactly. It's like
the blue girl or some
don't
shit.
You fucking do. Like don't assassinate my character like this. Dude. Like I don't care if people fucking see that. I don't want you to change it.
It's like someone saying like, "Yo, dog, we like got a video of you shitting, and we're gonna show everyone that you shit." It's like, yeah, dog, like everyone shits, bro. Like I just feel bad because it's like, dude, like
I remember hearing one story. I was listening to the radio, and this guy was talking about how he like sold his phone to GameStop. Right? And then like gangsters would like go around. This was like in Brooklyn or something, and they'd buy all the phones from GameStop, and they somehow would like their phones are supposed to be wiped, but somehow they would like find pictures. Yeah. And then they put the guy's face on Facebook, and then it told them his name, and then they fucking hit him up. And they're like, yo, bro, like we got your fucking phone, like we got these nudes, like give us $5,000 or we're gonna fucking leak them to Facebook. And he's like, oh, sorry, bitch, I don't got $5,000. That's why I just sold my cell phone to GameStop. Like, you think I got $5,000? Yeah. You stupid son of a bitch! Like
you send those videos out. And
like, wouldn't you know
dude?
that scam? Like, just it couldn't work.
I think it
like how could that scam work? You're gonna buy phones from GameStop and try to extort any amount of money more than like fucking $7.
Phones. That's crazy. Actually,
I would ask them for how much money they would pay out for an iPhone like 5. I'd be like, how much money do you? How much more? If I traded this in right now, how much would you give me? They're like $12. I'd fucking hit the guy and be like, give me $13, dude, or I'll put this shit on. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, he's got $12.
I'm almost interested to know how many pictures they took or how many pictures they had, because this is my whole bit on fucking dick pics.
It's not going to be like your spread eagle or something.
This is the thing. It's like there was a comedian that was talking about how his son, the cloud, has like changed everything now because they're like phones are all linked to the same cloud.
Well, look at the celebrity fucking hacks,
dude.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. And it was funny because this comedian was saying that his son, like,
keep talking. I'm gonna go get my rocks.
His son was like, he took a dick pic and he fucking it saved to the cloud, dude. And his dad went on his phone and went to the cloud and saw his son's dick pic, bro. And was like, hey, bro, like, you doing anything you shouldn't be doing? He's like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, totally didn't know that his dad could, like, see the dick pic and shit.
Hold on, we're just trading sides.
Yeah, we're just gonna trade sides. I guess so. But, it made me laugh because he's like, yeah, there was just, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing now. He's like, he's talking about a dick pic, you know? And I'm just sitting here like, a dick pic? Bro, if my dad and me had a fucking phone together linked to a cloud, there'd be fucking 600 of the same dick pic, just different angles. Like, I'd be like, there'd be so many dick pics because I wouldn't be able to pick just one. I'd be like, what's the good one, dude? Like, yo, which one am I going? That's like naming your Pokemon in fucking the start of the game, dude. It'd take me like an hour and a half to name this fucking Pokemon, dude. I'd like, which one do I send, bro? Like, I'd be freaking out, dude.
You gotta find out, dude.
So then if I fucking sold my phone to GameStop, there'd be like 800 dick pics on there. I'd be like, God damn it, dude. Name the price, dude.
Like, send the one. You know what you're gonna put this shit out there.
You're gonna
put out the one, dude.
Leak the fucking 349th, dude. That one's fucking good.
It's like the pictures of the girls with like chin up, like
it's just like your dick in your hand. You're like putting things up next to it to like fucking measure. You're like, oh, this is fucking
right,
same size. I don't know.
There's like a cucumber like in the hallway. Like, you're just dwarfing it.
You're like,
it's like
a bite out of it. Like,
it's like one of those obstacle illusions. The stairs are going up the fucking wall and shit.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, shout out to the fucking dick pics, man. That shit is incredible, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Man.
All right, man. Well, let's get into the fucking real business, dude. Let's stop fucking around with all this monkey business, dude.
Stop monkeying around, dude.
Mortal Kombat, the movie, dude.
That movie was... you know... I
laughed. I cried. I laughed some more, dude.
I kind of cracked out. I fell asleep for like 1 second, but Oscar told me what happened. But it was during the most boring part of the movie.
I could see that.
It was when they were like at the temple. The spoilers. If you haven't seen Mortal Kombat yet, just turn this shit off.
Yeah, stop right now.
Like, stop it right now,
because we will be saying some shit for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna ruin the fuck out of this movie. But I kept hearing that it wasn't that gory. And I was like, did they have like parental settings turned on or some shit? Because that movie was fucking...
The first 5 minutes of the movie, fucking Sub-Zero gets a fucking vagina fucking cut on his fucking face. Like, that shit was so loose, deep, bro. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, man.
No,
like,
a lot of that, the Goro fight was brutal.
When he reset his arm too, that was pretty
he got like
sick, dude.
Like eviscerated and then like punched through the fucking head and shit. I was like, okay, this is... And then the Kung Lao fatality was brutal.
The thing that made me mad too, we're jumping around a little bit in this movie, but...
Let's go from the beginning.
Okay, so the Sub-Zero part, the first intro scene was pretty fucked.
I thought the fight scene where he was fighting the ninjas was pretty cool. Though they were kind of just like running at him, like trying to get killed. Like, I thought there could have been a little more opposition, like, I think so, wrote into that fight scene, because they were just running at him like this, and he was just like...
I think he was filling up water too long too. Like,
that didn't make any fucking sense.
It was like he was like walking down the road, but it was like 4 miles away, and like I was just like, why is he gone so long?
Oh, who knows how far away that well was, to be honest.
And if there was anything that was going to tell you how gory the fucking movie was,
or how deep the well was, because if he was having to like...
That's true. That is true.
You know,
but
taking trips up Troy's bucket.
If there was any sign that this movie was going to be as gory as it was the amount of blood that this guy threw up. I was freaking the fuck out.
When he's like crawling in the beginning.
And he's just like throws up all this pile, and then he's like throws up a little bit more, and then he's like crawling far as fuck, and you're like, oh, he's done throwing up blood. And then he just like...
I thought the wound to the like pectoral muscle, whatever. I thought that shit was kind of whack.
It wouldn't have killed you, huh?
Well, I mean, he crawled all that way. He does die, but I was just like, can this guy get a kill? You know what I mean? I was like, can Sub-Zero kill anybody?
I know.
Because there was someone else that he went to go kill, Jax. And Jax didn't die either. I was like, can this guy only kill women and children? Like what the fuck is going on right now?
Now you're getting into the good shit.
This guy's like the Lin Kuei assassin, all this shit, and he can only kill women and children. And even the women and children, like, later on, didn't even die. No. Like, he couldn't get a goddamn kill to save his life.
It was pretty fucking whack, dude.
Like, he barely killed the Scorpion character. I don't know what the rewrite... Like, Liu Kang was just like a fucking B character. I was like, okay.
I know, and he's supposed to be like the fucking lead, bro.
He's supposed to be like the champion of like Earth Realm. He's kind of been the main character like forever.
Yeah.
But
I was confused to who the fucking main character was for a while. Because I was like, is he Liu Kang? Like, I was so mindfucked until they like went into him.
And he was kind of small.
Yeah.
Like, he was jacked, but he was like...
And is he supposed to be a new character?
What do you mean?
Who the fuck was he? Like, what was his power? A fucking metal, like, chest plate and, like, these weapons that he, like...
That guy?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Fuck if I know, dude. That's how unforgettable he was, dude.
See, the Tonfas, I remember there being, like, another cop-type character in, like, Mortal Kombat 3.
Striker, dude.
Striker?
That was the only one I knew.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so, like, those Tonfa-type, like... baton, like, look, man, I don't know what the fuck the storyline. I self-admittedly, I never played. What was that one that like Mortal Kombat 9 had the like story mode that was supposed to be like?
Was that was after most, Deception, like, right?
Canon.
Because there was, I remember Deadly Alliance, I remember Deception, and then after that, I remember there was a storylined one.
There was.
And I remember Tim got it on Gamefly.
No, there was a whole game where it was just storyline.
That's what I'm saying. You created a character.
I don't remember what game that was.
You created a character and you ran around like all the realm, and you would like do different quests for different fucking.
It's weird because like
the Lin Kuei.
I was telling Oscar, like, I'm like, I mean, I haven't played a lot of Mortal Kombat games in a while, and like, I'm not up on the like lore or what's canon or whatnot.
Definitely.
But what I remember was that Scorpion was a ninja from hell that died in a past life, but that he killed Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero's brother kind of like carries the mantle from like what?
And that was the one with like the scar in his eye or something, right?
Yeah. So like that was like snowball.
That's the last thing I remember too. And I feel like that played out in the games as well. But in this
I thought that's what I remember. And then in this one, he's like a former champion of the like Earth Realm. And so did that take place after the tournament or something?
I think so.
He already like bodied everybody and he was just like living the life, and then there was maybe another tournament happening. Damn, you don't want to be you don't want to have that mark on you, bro.
No.
You're going to have to fight in tournaments every like 7 years until you're dead.
I know, dude.
Or however many years it takes place. Or every year.
I think that's what it was every year, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like, your life expectancy is not very long, bro. And, like, when do they start taking you? Because you're born with this birthmark? Like, why aren't they just throwing babies
and then
and
some
fucking
people
wood
earn
chippers
them.
and shit?
That's
I understand that.
weird.
I understand that. If someone was born with it, it was based on, like, lineage.
Yeah, I think that's
what
what
But if you kill someone with the lineage,
then you get
and then if you had a child, they would be passed down.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. Like, so I guess there was just, like, a set number of these things. Like, there's only, like, on Earth, there was how many people there, right? How many characters, and I guess there would be, like, maybe, like, 8 people. I felt bad. I felt like, who's the guy with the hat? We were talking about Kung Lao got he pulled the short straw.
Yeah.
He was a badass, and they made him a badass, and he kind of got a raw deal, bro.
Dementor fucking
I was like,
kiss,
what the fuck? Like, I thought that was kind of whack. But I guess, I don't know. It was okay.
I mean,
it was a little disappointing that Sub-Zero couldn't kill anybody.
I think the Jack's arm fucking breaks were pretty fucking good. And
that was cool, but I was like, bro, can this guy kill someone that isn't fucking 6 years old?
He killed him with fucking... Well, Jax is fucking giving some good one-liners, bro.
Dude, no. So the only part I, like, LOL, like, I heard people saying that Kano was funny. The only part I laughed at is when Jax was like, I did 6 tours, bitch.
I've been on 5 tours, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is the most epic line of the whole movie.
And then he just freezes, rips his arms off.
So I was watching the whole movie, like, it was late, dude. It was like midnight, and it was last night, and I was trying to watch it before we came here today, and I was just, like, watching it, and, like, the whole time I was kind of just like, okay. I was kind of tired, and I had to stop and get a soda and a piece of pizza, like, midway through, because it was bad. But the only part I laughed was whenever he did the fucking, I've done 5 tours. I was just like, I was like, that was a good one. That one was good.
The Kano shit wasn't, it was just not Mortal Kombat to me. Putting a shirt on, Magic Mike, and fucking... Enough with that Harry Potter shit. Like, I was just like, okay, like, you know. Like,
he was over the top. I thought he was kind of cool, though.
I thought he was funny, but, like, I didn't appreciate those lines for some reason. When movies talk about other movies to me, it just
when it gets pop
becomes
culture,
a movie, you know what I mean?
Like, when it's like when it gets, like, Family Guy.
Yeah.
Where, like, you just, like, it's not real comedy. It's just,
this is
like,
supposed to be Mortal Kombat.
What your
they don't even know what Harry Potter is. Like,
pop culture is. It's like you're taking advantage of, like, these low
they're trying to prey on our fucking feelings and shit.
Yeah, it's like, how much do you know about pop culture? It's not like they're actually, like, coming up with, like, real funny, like, premises.
That fucking, I've been on 5 tours, motherfucker.
That was funny. That was funny. I was like, I respect the shit. But, like, yeah, Kano's character was kind of, he was like a
little trolly.
Yeah.
The I-beam was pretty cool.
And then he just, that movie.
And the fucking,
I thought that Cabal was pretty badass.
I thought he was sick, bro.
They did a good job with his, like, warping and the.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, okay, this shit.
I was impressed by that.
This shit's pretty dope.
And then I thought it was kind of cheesy, the whole, like, what was it, the guerrilla warfare tactic Sonya was doing to, like, kill Kano. She's, like, hiding under the floor, like, stabbing him.
Oh yeah, she's like Chucky. She, like, bites his fucking ankle,
rolls under a couch, like, yeah. He's like, what the fuck?
He's like,
he checks the battery pack. There's no batteries in it. He's
that was epic, dude. That was epic. I thought Sonya was actually a pretty cool character. Like she was pretty buff, but it wasn't like Captain Marvel.
No,
that shit. Honestly, I was like, this bitch is coming down and whooping on Thanos. Like, I was like, what? I was like, I don't even know like who this character is. Like, I watched the whole movie like 6 times, and I only saw like 30 minutes of it, and I still don't know who this person is. Like, who are you? Like, why are you strong? And like, what is going on? And like, I couldn't figure it out. I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, bro.
But apparently, she fucking can fucking piece up fucking Thanos. Like, she's just like. I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, you know.
And that movie came out before, I think, your even movie. Like, I was like, why is this bitch special? Like, what's going on right now? They just making her special because she's a girl? Like, they didn't do that with Sonya. Like, Sonya was like, she had that good character development where she's like, she wanted to be like a hero.
She
like,
wanted to be
Earthbound, but
she
like,
wanted the mark.
She wasn't chosen, you know what I mean? But she like.
It was in that part where that girl went to kill her. Who was it that tried to kill her? And she was like, your blood's not champion's blood.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
That was actually kind of sick,
that was a deep cut, dude. She was like, she fucking.
That was deeper than that fucking Sub-Zero cut in the beginning,
dude.
Like,
they played that in the trailer, and I thought that was gonna be like a cool scene, and it was just like
bullshit.
It was just this stupid like, my name's not like whatever. I'm Sub-Zero now, and you're just like, wait, that's the line from the fucking. I was like, that was it. Dude, that was like the biggest part of the trailer.
I know, dude.
I'm surprised it even made it into the movie. Like, if it was that inconsequential, I'm surprised it just like what. Remember the movie The Faculty?
Fuck yeah.
And Usher in the trailer. Just some crazy shit. And you're like, damn, that movie looks sick. Usher is like a badass. He says this line, and you go watch it, and it never happens. You're just like, he doesn't even make it. He's never at the school later in the day. He dies before that shit ever even happened. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was like, I felt so ripped off at that.
Dude, I know, bro. The Faculty, though, dude, I fucking forgot.
I hate when movies do that shit. I hate when
they lure you in that way, dude. They fucking show.
I like when movies either don't tell you anything about it, or like the trailer is just like super ambiguous. It just kind of shows you like
you're almost more confused.
I hate when you see a trailer for a movie and you literally watch the whole movie in like a minute and a half. I fucking hate that.
That's the worst.
I'm like, wow, thank you. Now I don't even have to go see it. Yeah. Now I know exactly.
Because then when you're watching the movie, you're like, I've seen this whole part already. Like,
I hate that shit. At least, I mean, I'm not saying that's what they did, but I'm saying they did another tactic that pisses me off where it's like they tried to like make this one scene really cool. Sub-Zero. And then when it happens, you're just like,
the name's Sub.
Yeah,
what?
Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on? And then like the really like iconic Mortal Kombat line of like, it has begun. You know what I mean? Like he's just like walking down some steps. He's like, it's begun. I was just like, yo, this shit's whack. I thought that character Shang Tsung was pretty weak. I thought he was pretty whack, man.
I did too.
Like, and then they made it like they almost made him like hate that guy because all he did was like
suck someone's
get
life
like a shitty kill on a cool character, and you're just like, why did they kill fucking Kung Lao? And why did they do it like that?
Why?
It wasn't like a cool way to die.
No.
Like it was whack as fuck. I
was
like,
the fucking Dementor's death kiss, dog. Like I was like, come on, dude, we've seen this before, dude. Like at least fight him. At least like. You know what I mean? At least do something, dude.
I thought it was whack, man. That shit pissed me off. I was like, they really did him fucking good.
Yeah, and another thing that I was upset about, because they did fatalities, which I was fucking hyped on, but I was like, me and my friends at work were like freaking the fuck out. We were like, how cool would it be if they kept it true to like babe-alities and like friendships and like animalities and shit. And when he turned into the dragon,
that kind of
I was waiting for him to be like animality. I was like, is it
animality, dude?
Is that what it is? I'm fucking retarded, dude.
No, that's sick, dude.
But I was like, they goofed, bro. They could have done it, dude.
Well, at least it was better than the. Okay, I'll give them a little bit of props because in the original Mortal Kombat movie, they'd always say the wrong thing. Like there was this one fight where like the guy got his ass whooped the whole time and like gets a comeback and wins, and he's just like flawless victory, and you're like flawless victory. You got pieced up for like fucking 2 minutes, bro. That wasn't a fucking flawless victory. Like what the fuck? So like Kung Lao's flawless victory was actually
a flawless victory.
It was actually I thought that was cool.
That was. I
kind of like when they do that in movies when it's like this kind of like dramatic build up to a fight and it just ends abruptly, because I feel like that's kind of like
how a fight
would
go.
Fuck yeah, especially when you're dealing with swords and shit.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, did you see the Warcraft movie?
I unfortunately have not.
Oh, I don't want to fucking ruin it. There's one fight at the end. I'm gonna ruin it. There's a fight that has a lot of hype. It might not be at the end. It might be in the very beginning. Who knows? Okay. I already spoiled that part, but don't listen to it. At some point in the movie, there's a fight with a lot of it like back. You know, like this is a pretty pivotal moment, and it's just a one shot. And I thought it was very cool. I was like, I respect that shit.
A lot of people
because if it was
on that movie too.
If it was a long, they just don't know the Warcraft.
Well, that's story. What my brother and my next neighbor were raving about it. They were like, it was fucking.
If you've ever played the Warcraft game, it's actually pretty close to like what it's relatively close to what happens in Warcraft.
I'm gonna have to watch it, dude.
It's a lot closer than what. It's almost the same.
Dude, that's so fucking sick.
Yeah, it's almost exactly the same. So like, it's pretty good. I don't know if people were expecting like Warcraft 3 or some shit, but it wasn't. It was Warcraft 1, and it was like almost. There's a little bit of like fuckery involved, but for the most part, it's close enough. It wasn't like a departure. It wasn't It wasn't like completely different. But no, like remember the movie Troy in the beginning when they fight the like Philistines or whatever, and he comes out and just
one shots him.
He kind of like comes off at an angle and just fucking takes him out, and the guy he comes like there's like a center line, and the guy's just like expecting them to like clash or something. He kind of just pivots off to the side and fucking. And like the spear goes like right past him, he just fucking ganks him, and you're just like, oh shit, dude, that was
actually really
fun. That was sick, like because that's like, you know, you're fighting with swords, man.
Someone's gonna. The thing is, someone's gonna be better.
There's not gonna be this like
equal fucking like you swing first and I'll block, and then you swing and then I'll block.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like it's like these guys are. They're trying to kill you in the least amount of effort as possible.
Do you know how heavy a fucking sword is, dude? You'd probably be like, I want to swing this thing as less as I can.
That's why I really liked. You've ever seen Seven Samurai?
I don't think I have.
Oh shit! Well, there was that fight with the guy. It's like, have you ever seen like? Maybe you've seen this, The Magnificent Seven.
I have seen that.
So the part, you know, where the guy like. They're sitting there like pretending to shoot each other, and he's like, "I'm faster," and he's like, "No, you're not." And then they actually have the draw fight, and he kills him. And it's like, "Oh shit!" Like, and in the new one, did you see the new one? It's like the Asian guy, and he has a knife, and he does it like he's like, "I can kill you with that." Even it's almost like kind of a similar. It's not like that in the original one. These guys are fighting with like kendo swords, and like they're sitting there for a long time, and the guy swings, and it looks like they both hit each other at the same time. And the guy's like, "Oh, it's a draw," and he's like, "No," he's like, "It's not a draw. Like, you lost." And like all the samurai guys are kind of sitting around watching like this whole thing.
Damn, dude.
And they're trying to look for like warriors, right, to like go get paid to protect this village from like this like bandits. That's what like the whole movie's about. But he's like, "It's not a draw. Like, I won." And the guy's like, "Bullshit, you won. Like, I fucking had you." And he's like, "You just don't understand." And the guy's like, "Let's do it for real then." And he pulls out a sword, and the other guy pulls out a sword, and they really like they're kind of doing the same thing. And the same exact thing that happened with the kendo swords happens with the real swords, but like it happens in the way that he hits him a little sooner and the guy like misses. And instead of like with the kendos, like they hit each other at the same time, but in this one he like, cause that thing comes like down like that, the other guy like misses his shot. And it's just a sick ass fucking
dude,
scene.
It's
a sick ass scene. It's all windy, there's all this like dust flying around. That's a filmmaker's fucking godlike. But it's kind of like, what the fuck were we talking about, Brendan? Why was I talking about the draw or Seven Samurai?
Magnificent Seven.
What the fuck?
It was the same scene with the fucking where they were trying to kill each other with the gunslings, and they were like,
well, we were talking about Mortal Kombat though. God damn it. I totally lost.
Shout out to Serious Podcast.
Dude, you do this shit like on the live, bro.
Either way, Mortal Kombat was
I'll tell you this. This was another takeaway that I had from the movie that I thought was, oh no, it was that shit ends like this.
Okay.
In real life, in a real sword fight, I think it's cool in movies. Have you ever seen like 13 Assassins?
I think I have.
The sword fighting that shit is insane. Like they're just one shots. Just the guy tries and he just goes, you know, just it's all real quick. Like, you know, I hate these like fucking fencing movies or like Princess Bride with their sword fighting for like an hour. It's like that shit wouldn't happen like that.
No,
it wouldn't happen.
No,
it would just be some lunge straight to the chest, and the guy's too slow, and he just gets she just gets needled right at the heart. It's like, oh my god, you know what I mean? That's what it would be for sure. For fucking sure. And I don't know why I like movies that are more realistic, like that, where it's like, or like, you remember Point Break?
I never saw Point Break.
You've never seen Point Break?
No, dude.
Well, Keanu Reeves gets in a couple fights in it, and they're like the most like underratedly realistic fights. He's just one punch knocking people out.
That's so fucking
and it's
sick.
like the most realistic shit. Because in real life, like if you throw a solid punch on someone, like they're just fucking done. Like there's not a whole lot of like, we're gonna fight for like 20 minutes. It's not Fast and Furious 9 where you're like picking people up and like running them through like 3 walls and then like fucking flying a car off the side of a building. Like this shit doesn't happen.
We all saw Steve-O try to run through that wall, dude, and he hit the stud. You know that shit? That's what would fucking happen in real life. Yeah. He's like, God damn.
Dude, it's so dumb, dude. Those movies are so
yeah,
good.
it's just
he just sleeps a couple guys. He just fucking
dude.
Or like movies would just, it just seems, I don't know. Like I hate these like drawn out scenes for dramaticness. It's like it doesn't need to be long.
No.
Like it can be, like I remember the one MMA fight that ended like that kind of, and everyone like was so mad. It was like Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, and it was like a 13-second long fight, and the first fucking punch he throws knocks him out. And I bought that pay-per-view. People were like, "This is so stupid. Fuck, I hate it. I want my money back." And I was like, dude, this was like the realest fight I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Like it was the realest fight, because if like you see some shit go down, that's how it goes down.
That's exactly how it would go down. No,
some guy comes in, he just fucking times them, fucking steps back, fucking counter left, fucking right on the button, just knocks him out, and he just falls face first. And you're just like,
who was in the fight where it was I think it was a black gentleman and a Mexican guy, or it might have been a white guy, and the black gentleman's doing the fucking dance shit, and he keeps like putting his hands down and like doing weird dance moves, and like every time the guy like he'll like punch the dude and like do this weird like dance, and there's one instance where the guy like he's like dodging a punch, does the weird dance, and the guy just leg kicks him and lands right in the face and knocks the dude out. And it's like, this is what happens to bullies in the UFC. And
well, there's like, you can time someone. Like it's weird. Like once you watch,
I thought
if you're like a big fan of something,
for some reason, dude.
Like I was watching the fight the other day with it was the fight that after the Jake Paul fight was Gastelum versus Whitaker, and like he would do a reset. He would constantly reset, and right when he was done resetting, he would just start blitzing. And fucking Bobby Knuckles was just like, he just timed him. Like every time he just fucking boom, like because he knew when he was gonna throw a punch, because he'd do the same thing over and over again. Damn. It's like an unconscious, like you just don't realize that you're giving these tells in a fight.
And that's what this guy was doing then.
And it's like
he would drop his hands and he would do this weird like shake.
Oh, there was a real time. I've seen that, dude. Oh yeah.
It is so gnarly.
He goes, and then he would do it, and the guy just like took a couple steps forward and just threw a head kick.
He put his hands down and like stare at him and shit. Like it was so strange to watch,
just caught him,
dude. Yeah, dude.
That was an epic fucking fight. That was an epic fucking fight, dude. Yeah.
I was like, God damn. I keep seeing the meme everywhere. It's like, this is what happens to bullies in the UFC.
Yeah, it's like, God
damn it.
Yeah, well, man, you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect
dude.
A high level.
That's like, fucking insanity, bro.
Proficient striker not to fucking
just clock you, dude. Oh, man.
You can't get away with that shit. I mean, on the region, that was a regional thing, but like at a higher level, even on a regional scene, like you can't do the same thing more than once and not get pieced up.
Fuck, brother.
At a high level, you cannot do it. You can't throw the same combo twice. I don't know how Jake Paul knocked out fucking Ben Askren. He threw a jab to the body and then a straight right, like twice in a row, or like 3 times in a row, and the third time it fucking knocked him out. It's like, how are you putting your hands down to block a jab to the body? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wasn't he not a boxer?
Yeah, but like, even if you're not a boxer, like, why would you block a jab to the body whenever someone's throwing like a straight right raptor? He did it 3 times in a row. Jab to the body, straight right. Jab to the body, straight right. And the third time, he blocks the jab to the body and just gets fucking sent to hell. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that? Just turn your body.
I know.
Just fucking turn.
A tad bit, dude.
Like, Jesus Christ.
That's so fucking weird, bro.
I don't know if they just didn't respect his power or whatever. But I'll tell you what, the fight scene, the MMA fight in the beginning, I thought was pretty good. Like, it wasn't stupid.
I thought it was.
It was like a pretty badass fight.
In Mortal Kombat, right?
Yes, in Mortal Kombat.
Dude.
But like, I was like, why do these people keep giving up like super dominant? Like, he almost had him. I think he was mounted or something, and he was just like pretty much pounding him out. Like, it was over. And then he goes for like a armbar and like for like a belly down armbar. I'm like, why would you go from a dominant position to like a low success rate submission? Like, why would you give up?
People do that in the UFC, dude. Like, we gotta like be relatable, man.
Like they were just trying to advance that fight along like super fast.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then he had him like in a back crucifix, and he was just like elbowing him just to the point where he was gonna knock him out, and then stopped and went for like some weird back crucifix choke thing, which is possible. But I was just like, why wouldn't he just have elbowed him one more time and just put him out? Why would you stop just to be like, I'll mercy choke you? It's like, just to show that he was a quitter instead of like,
don't. Because
he was all.
He's like,
I was like, okay, this is like I mean, I respect.
I thought they're cheesy. The uppercut part too, where she's like,
people don't know.
It like worked on Goro. It's like uppercut.
The most like realistic fight scene in any movie of all time is Lethal Weapon, where Gary Busey fight. No, I swear to God, dude. Gary Busey fights fucking who's that guy? He's like the racist guy. Fuck, what's his name? Mel Gibson.
Oh shit, dude.
And Mel Gibson fucking triangle chokes him at the end, and it's like the most epic fight of all time. And you're just like, damn, that shit was sick, dude. I remember watching it once and being like, damn, this fight's like pretty badass. Like, and then I was older and I was already like into like fucking submission grappling and shit. And then I realized that he fucking chokes him out with a triangle choke. Don't get me wrong, it was a bullshit triangle choke, but at least like it was just loose kind of.
That's
but like
so
I was
sick,
like, damn, that shit was tight. And then you find out that like the Gracies were like paid to like choreograph part of that.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, that's fucking sick, dude.
He was like teaching all those guys.
That's the way to do it, actually, though, man.
No, that was a cool movie.
But all in all, I don't know. I'd say I enjoyed Mortal Kombat. I'd say it was entertaining. I liked the.
It could have been way worse.
It could have been way worse.
It could have been so. If anyone's like
shit, dude,
condemning this movie to hell, like you got your fucking. You don't know. You haven't seen enough. You haven't seen enough video game movies to realize that this was actually.
This was as good as it could have been. And
essentially, you could make that argument.
Like
acting, it couldn't be better.
The acting was a little funky, but it always was a little funky, even in the older movies. Yeah. That fucking whoever played Raiden, that motherfucker was goofy as shit, dude.
The Raiden character was pretty weak.
He was.
I wasn't digging it.
I think they just kept him too like humble. Like
he never had a lot of lines. Raiden, he never had a lot of lines. He sounded funny. And he almost needed subtitles. I was like, what is this guy saying? I couldn't understand it. I was like, put on closed captioning. This shit's bad. He's just like, calm down, Batman.
All that fucking lightning dog. Just fucking,
what are we working for? I was like, what?
I'm not the one wearing a hockey bag.
It was bad, dude. I was like, what are we doing here, guys? Like,
but I don't know. I thought it was an enjoyable experience for the most part.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I give it like a C+.
I'd give it a C+ for sure.
And for a like a video game movie, that is in the like top like
that's as good as it's gonna get,
top 10% of like all time, if not even like one of like I mean seriously top 10 video game movies like, of all time. For real,
that's a legitimate statement, right?
Granted, the bar is like set so low. That like anything could like constitute like being on that list of like top 10. Like the Resident Evil movies, dude. Like the first one, man. You're like, okay, and then once you get to like the sixth one or whatever, you're just like, can we stop doing this now? Or can she get naked or something?
Yeah.
Like
we just want to see the butt. Dude.
It's like,
that's
bro,
like,
no, like, dude. Like even in like these movies are PG-13, they're rated R, right? It's like, bro, like. I saw The Fifth Element, dude. I've seen this. I've seen this chick's like fucking Ticonderogas, bro. Like, don't be fucking stamping us out. Yeah. She's in the water.
I want to see how it's aged, dude.
She's in the water. Like you got these water scenes where she's like butt naked, and it's like you can't
clear the water up a little bit so we can just get a little sneak peek, dude.
This is why anime is superior product. Like, they'll do fan service to a certain extent. Like They'll go out of their way to like have some gratuitous nudity, and you're like, I get it.
Yeah, it fed my itch, dude. I'm good for now for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, why isn't there gratuitous nudity in the Resident Evil movies? Like this should be addressed. Like,
I know.
They shouldn't fucking make another one. They should not make another one. This should. I'm serious. Like, why isn't there just like 20-minute long fucking just topless scenes? Like,
I mean, that's true.
Like these movies have like
even
nothing.
when she was in the tube naked, I don't even think you see her really like that.
And they're like, well, there's no nudity in the games. It's like, have you ever done a game like a mod?
Yeah,
bro?
did you ever? Yeah, the Resident Evil 4 where Ashley climbed the ladder before you, and you'd like look up the stage. Come on, bro. Come on, dog.
The bet, dude. I remember when I was a kid, dude. Like, no, straight up, dude. It's like
That's what we
GoldenEye.
called a poverty fap back in the day, dude.
GoldenEye,
Shout out
like
the poverty faps, dude.
Before, like, yeah, the internet. Before the war, dude.
Oh shit, dude.
You know damn well what war I'm talking about.
The only war, dude. The war on porn or what?
Dude, have you heard that Biden's like trying to take the troops out of Afghanistan?
That's what I heard.
I respect that shit. I don't know if like he's like literally like.
That was my first war, dude.
Everyone remembers their first war.
First war, bro.
The Tim Dillon bit, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Your first.
It's kind of fucking real though, dude.
It is.
Like that's so crazy, man. I mean, it's a really good thing. It's a really good thing.
I think it is. I already have a conspiracy theory about it. They're gonna take him out, bro. They're gonna turn on him. They're gonna be like, this guy's lost. The closer it gets to September 11th, they're just gonna like slowly start. Like all the media is gonna like. We were watching an old Biden speech and look at how badly he says this sentence. Like, is he losing it? And then it's gonna get to this point where they're like. The clear caucus in decline, and Biden's like, it's too much. Like, we got to get rid of him. And then Kamala's going to come in and be like, we can't abandon the women of Afghanistan. We have to stay there for another 20 years.
Yeah.
Who cares that the Taliban occupy more territory than they did 15 years ago? Like, this is clearly worth the hundreds of billions of dollars we spent on this. And there's just money flying in her pocket. Biden's like in a fucking straitjacket, like he's got a muzzle on him.
Hannibal
He's
Lecter
like,
and shit.
they took me out. They're just like wheeling him off. Like around the corner, you just see flashes. Like you're just like, oh no! Like, well, mark my words, dude. That's what's gonna happen.
Let's see it.
I just want to like put this out there so that in case it happens, I will look like a fucking genius. And if it doesn't happen, no one's watching this. It's like the risk reward is like fucking. I could put this shit on fucking. I'll make a Twitter account and put this shit and be like, look at the date. Like this guy's a fucking genius. Like overnight, become like a fucking just like the next like
political figure. It's like people like looking
Nostradamus. I'm just like telling the future. The next Mortal Kombat movie will have Johnny Cage, and he will die in the first 2 minutes, like in the.
That's another thing. So we already went past this, but I thought he was Johnny Cage for the longest time.
He was Johnny Cage.
I was like, "Who's this guy?"
You thought it was going to be like The Dark Knight Rises, or what was the last Batman movie where at the end the guy's like, "My name's Robin," and you're just like. This guy was in the movie for 3 hours and no one knew his name was fucking Robin the whole time. This is the stupidest shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, because there's multiple Robins and none of them are actually named Robin. It was just like a fucking alter ego. Like,
no, but you know what? The Bane movie, at the end, like I thought that was the dumbest part. You thought he was gonna be like, "My name's this, but people call me Johnny."
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? And then I thought it was cool that he was like, "I'm going to Hollywood or whatever."
It made sense then because just in the beginning, I was like doing this thing where I'm like. That's fucking this character. That's this character. And Megan's like, oh, this guy knows so much. And then I'm like, who the fuck is this main character? Like, I get he's the lineage to fucking Scorpion. Yeah, I'm like, Scorpion's great,
not a bad guy,
dude.
I always thought. I mean, I don't know the lore enough apparently. Because I remember playing Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero on PlayStation back in the day, and Sub-Zero was like the main character, and he was not a bad guy.
No,
he was not a bad guy from what I remember.
I really don't know enough about it.
He was having to do some bullshit for like Quan Chi or something. I can't remember the game. Maybe he was, dude. Maybe I'm tripping balls. I could be.
Fuck, I don't.
This could be like a very poor recollection.
All I know was that was a very fucking Johnny Cage looking main character, dude. And then when Johnny Cage, I was like, who the fuck is this guy, dude? Like, I just was so mindfucked, dude. But
It didn't even show his face because they don't know who they're gonna cast. They just showed like a belt buckle,
like fucking like hand wraps and shit.
They just showed a hog in these fucking shorts, dude. It was like, oh shit.
The fucking mini Padre just hanging out.
It's like pumping gas at the gas station with the fucking sweatpants on. You're like
what?
There's like a fucking Johnny Cage is the best, dude. If I played Mortal Kombat, I'd play Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Or Cabal or something.
Cool character, dude. Or a Striker. Striker's still around, dude. I always thought he was so sick, dude.
He was pretty cool.
He was like one of my favorite characters.
It was weird how that game changed. People, when Mortal Kombat... I
felt so bad.
What was it, 11 or 12 or whatever this is? When it came out, people were just... They were like, this is how you make a real game. Well, I don't know why people don't fucking make games like this. And I was like, wow, really? Like, everyone likes this game? And then one time I was like, well, isn't like Mortal Kombat like, well, that's a good game, right? And everyone's like, are you fucking kidding me? It was like the biggest piece. I'm talking about Jason, of course. Like, he'd always fucking try and shit on me for anything. I'm like, okay.
I feel bad because I made some girl like look bad at work the other day because like we're all like talking about the old games and the old movies and how we're excited for this movie.
I played Mortal Kombat 1.
And she's like,
I always picked fucking Striker.
It's even
like,
worse than that.
He wasn't even in the game.
You ever meet those people, like, especially girls? I like hate to even say this, but like,
yeah.
Gamer girl, I'm a gamer. Like, I love gaming and shit.
Yeah, I'm fucking
She's one of those girls. She's one of those. Games? I love games.
Dude, she'd tell me like one time I like said something and like everyone sent me to hell for it. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. Because the thing is that like
they don't get it. I don't think though. Everyone likes what they like, and you can't hate on somebody. But it came to a point where I was like, oh yeah.
So what she said?
Shout outs to Mortal Kombat when it used to be a good game, and she goes, it still is a good game. And all of us turned and looked at her and like laughed.
You guys are douchebags.
I know. And then I was like, I feel bad, but I was like, the moment they put like Jason Voorhees and like Freddy Krueger into the
that
game,
shit is fucking hype.
That like ruined it for me.
Okay, well, you know, Negan's like, fucking Tekken 7. I'm like shaking this table.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, whatever. But
I don't know. I just feel like that's like
Negan from The Walking fucking Dead. Talk about a fucking show.
That's just a bit, right?
It's like unwatchable.
Let's get some more people into this game. How are we gonna do it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. When things like that start happening, it's a party game to me. You know what I mean? Like
Smash Bros.
Yeah, I said that too. And she was just like, "Well, isn't Smash Bros supposed to be a party game?" I'm like, "Exactly." Like I was like, "Fucking exactly, bro."
Like the opposite. It was like supposed to be a party game, and everyone's like, "This shit's like we're gonna like super competitive this game out." I actually like that version that they like made like anti-competitive with like pratfalls and shit. Dude, I thought that shit was so badass. I'm so hot, dog.
I'm fucking sweating right now, too.
I thought that was so cool, dude. I was like, hell yeah, just fucking cut the legs out from underneath the community, bro. Like, Nintendo always does that shit. They're like, yeah, you guys like this shit? It's
having fun, dude? Oh, not next year, because that fucking game's off, dude. If you stream this shit, we'll come out to you, dude.
Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall, like, in a fucking Nintendo meeting. And they're like, how can we implement a suicide battery on our games so that people that love to play them can no longer play them after a certain
time? You know how we get them to keep playing our games? You don't let them play for multiple years and then you bring it back, bro. It doesn't make any sense.
No, these guys are legends. They're like, you guys like this fucking game? It's like, we're gonna sue you if you play it, you fucking douchebags.
You can play it, but if you ever fucking put it on a stream anywhere, you're getting fucking sued, dude.
If like, you even show Mario
anyone, dude,
getting hit by anyone other than a fucking Goomba or whatever, like,
if it's not the live action Mario movie, then you're fucking done, dude. Like,
think about, okay, we're talking about video game movies, dude. We're talking about Mortal Kombat, dude.
Mario movie.
Mario movie is like,
that's the best movie.
It is probably like, that's probably what the aliens watched. They like came down to Earth and like bought the Mario movie like in the fucking
like this 90s. Is good.
Yeah. They're like, look, it like has people that look like us. And like a reptilian fucking weird. You know what I mean? It's like the fucking Anunnakis and shit. Like, wait, yeah, dude.
I'm like throwing up right now. Oh my god, that was fucking funny.
No, that movie fucking sucks so much ass. There's that. The Street Fighter movie is definitely not better than that Mortal Kombat movie was.
I love it for some reason, though.
I like it. I like that
it's
it
just
was
a
like,
part of my childhood. I feel like that's the like that. We used to go to our friend's grandma's house in Chula Vista, and they had 3 movies recorded that we would always watch whenever we went. Predator 1, Street Fighter and like fucking Predator 1 again. We were just like, yeah, like we just. It was such a good movie, dude. No, it was Street Fighter.
It's weird how like when you're a kid, you always have those movies that like. When you got the free HBO weekend, like back in like the 90s and shit, like everyone would like scramble to get like a VHS, like with your VCR
and record it, dude.
And record it.
Pirating, dog.
And
the
like
first form of it.
It's
dude.
funny because like that's probably what that Predator and that the Street Fighter movie were, because there were no commercials or something. It was okay, so it was probably on one of those like HBO free weekends. When I was a kid, our movies like that was Toy Soldiers.
Fuck yeah.
And Toys. It's like a movie about this like terrorist group that like takes over a high school for like it's like an Ivy League high school. It like takes it over for like political reasons.
Okay.
And they're like trying to like extradite like money.
Small Soldiers?
No,
like,
Toy Soldiers. The movie's fucking epic.
I'll have to watch that.
Dude, we'll watch it one day.
That'll be sick.
This shit. I remember one time I was at work and I was talking to we had to work like at like 3 a.m. or some shit. We'd come in at midnight and like just hang out until like the time was right to start bailing.
I got you.
So we just watched movies. And one time I was like, bro, have you ever seen fucking Toy Soldiers? He's like, no, dog, I'm down. We watched it. He's like, dude, this movie is fucking lit as shit. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it's such a good movie. It's awesome. If Looks Could Kill, dude. If Looks Could Kill, this movie, I don't know where.
You're the second person
we like that. Our version of it would. I watched it 1,000 fucking times, and you'd put it in, and it would start up, and it was just like all snowy and like it was all grainy and shitty, and you're like, is this like the VHS and like a shitty recording? No, that's how it started. Like they're in the snow and like, and it like both of those movies started out like because like. I don't know who recorded them, but they're like, oh, this movie's going to be sick. Like, they're trying to find a VHS to put in to hit record on. Like, they missed the first 5 minutes of the movie or whatever. Dude. But you're just like, wow. Because, like...
How cool was that?
I don't know. I missed that shit. I remember doing it with the Gundam Wing movie. When it came out... When the Gundam Wing movie came out on fucking Comedy Central, like, back in...
Comedy Central?
Toonami.
Okay, I was like, Jesus
Cartoon
Christ.
Network.
Yeah. Toonami.
Yeah, the Gundam Wing movie was coming out, and it was like they were debuting it, and I remember, bro, I was like, we gotta get the VCR, we gotta fucking set it up. And I was doing all this shit, and I put it in, I hit record, and I watched the whole thing, dude. I watched the whole thing, and I was just like, damn, like I'm so excited. And when I got it out, I was like, I'm just gonna rewatch it right now. I like stopped the recording, took it out, and like put it back in and hit like rewound it, put play, and it didn't fucking work.
What happened?
I don't know. I was like, I fucked up. I was like crying and shit. I was like in fucking 6th grade.
Dude, we used to do that with all the Disney Channel movies. Motocross, Brink, fucking Johnny Tsunami, bro.
Like, that was so fun, dude.
It was such a cool, and it was when there was commercials too, so you had to be fucking on it. If you wanted a good copy, dude, you had to be fucking on it.
You had to like stop record, start record.
Yeah, you just like, it was like do you remember Mod Springs for PlayStation 1? Where you could do the mod chip to play all the imported discs,
yeah.
But if you had a mod spring with the fucking disc and you had to like swap it, do you remember that shit?
I had the
My
disc.
friend taught me how to do it without the disc.
What?
You would do it with one game that was an American game, and then you would do the Japanese game and the American game and then the Japanese game, and if you did it right, it would fucking run, bro.
It would just
it was hard, bro. Yeah. I used to think
I had
that
a lot
shit
of
was
Japanese
so sick, bro.
For PlayStation, I had like fucking 3 Dragon Ball Z games that were
fucking Final Battle 22,
all kinds of shit.
Dude.
And I used to have the version which was a disc, and you start it up, and then you take it out, and you put the other one in.
Because I think you brought it to my house once, and I was mind fucked.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I was like, Rico's next level.
I bought it from James.
That's so sick.
That guy was so cool, dude. He'd sell us fucking
one of the
hentai.
Coolest anime stores,
he was so
dog.
cool, bro. We would go shop from him at the Escondido swap meet from when I was like a little kid, dude. Like he had Yu-Gi-Oh cards like a year before they came out in America.
Damn.
And they were all in Japanese, and he's like, yo, this is gonna be the new hottest shit. And he was just showing them to us. I'm like, this is so sick, dude. And then whenever fucking Yu-Gi-Oh came out, I was like, that game was so sick when it first came out. That was such a good game, dude.
It really was, dude. No, we were fucking sucked in, bro.
Talk about a toxic community, dude.
God,
the Yu-Gi-Oh community was just scoundrels amongst scoundrels, dude. There was like a 13% like murder rate. Like these guys were all like killers, bro.
Fuck yeah,
they were
bro.
fucking killers, man. It was wild.
I remember we used to do Pokemon League too.
They'd steal cards.
When we were, dude. Well, this is how you know it's a bad community. It like corrupted Keith to the point where like he stole from his best friend Tim, and like it's like walked outside and like all the cards fell out of his shirt, and fucking his parents were like, "You can't come back anymore."
Is that what happened?
That really happened, dude.
That's so sick.
I forget who told us that, but it was like later on, and Keith's like, "Yeah, I really did that, dude," and we were laughing so hard. We're like, "Dude, that's fucking real, bro."
That
it's
shit's
like
so funny, dude.
a lifelong friendship, or this fucking pack of Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, dude. You just
or both.
Yeah.
They steal your fucking Charizard. It's worth it. A life of crime for a fucking Charizard.
No, we used to go to Pokemon leagues when the VGC Pokemon, and we would we'd go there and we wouldn't even play each other. Like it was like 4 of us, and we'd like, "Oh, I played him and he won, dude." Then we go up like a little bit later and be like, "Oh, you won this time." And you'd get all these marks on your fucking thing, and if you got a certain amount of like battles in, you'd get like the fucking pre-release cards and like badges and shit. Dude, I still have like a pre-release Misty Seadra and like all this shit that we used to get. We would just lie our way into getting shit. It was like the fucking
I never played Is you talking about Pokemon, right?
Yeah,
I
dude.
only ever played Yu-Gi-Oh like in tournaments back in the day, which was
That's so sick though, dude.
And it was crazy because like my mom didn't give a shit. She'd just drop us off at the card shop and not come back till like 9 o'clock at night. We'd be at the IHOP like fucking just like
washing dishes for food and shit.
Yeah.
Like.
It was bad, bro. It was hella fun though.
No, fuck yeah, it was. Dude.
I always liked Yu-Gi-Oh. I thought it was a good game.
Me too, man.
We had it got kind of wild. I mean, like I've watched people play because like Vincent and John Vivian. Do you know who John Vivian is? We gotta stop saying people's last names on here. Because I don't want to like talk shit, but like no. That fucker made me pay for gas money one time, like an insane amount of money, and I was like, bro, like this shit may be like $6. He was like, you got $20 for gas. I'm like, where are we going? Fucking LA? Like, where are we going? Fucking like San Jose? Like $20 for gas. There's 5 people in this car. Why are you asking me for $20? We're going to San Diego, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Korean barbecue, dog. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This was pre fucking Korean barbecue. But no, man, I remember watching them play Yu-Gi-Oh like once it got
crazy.
I think the last time I ever saw it was like the Infinity or Infernity card set, which was a long time ago still. And the games were just like from the draw.
Just be a win.
John was like a super like high level player. He had so many goddamn cards, bro. Oh my god. And they would just win or lose on the fucking first draw. I was like, insane. This doesn't even seem fun. I'm like, this just seems
just like.
And it was crazy because I had a deck that was still like viable at that point. It was a burn deck. I still have that deck. It's pretty cool. It was a lot of fun because you'd play almost like OG Yu-Gi-Oh. It wasn't like, it was half the cards were like a Joey starter deck. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like literally like,
that's how
it was like just desserts and fucking, you know what I mean? These cards were like old,
Giant Greed and shit.
Ojama Trio. Ojama Trio was like 3 fucking janky ass fools. I actually had the token cards for them and shit too.
That's so badass.
It was so sick, dude.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh was fucking.
I would just fill up their fucking side with all these shitty monsters. It was almost like and then I would just do these like chain burn cards. Or like for every card on the field, it does 300, or like for every card, and it would just eventually just dwindle their life down, and they couldn't put any monsters down because there's all these stupid fucking.
That's so fucking badass.
Yeah, it was so sick. That deck was so sick, dude. It was so sick. It had a marshmallow. It was like the only card that was like, it was like literally one holographic card in the whole deck, and it was like. And I remember one time I had it in my backpack. I was in Oceanside for a Street Fighter 4 tournament, and we're at a card shop, and I had that deck in my backpack. And I don't know, John like just made it for me. He's like, "This is a cool deck. You'd like this." And I have all these extra cards. Like, I'm not gonna do anything with them. Just take them. I'm like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And it was pretty cool, right? I was like, "Okay, maybe you're not an asshole. Maybe that $20 for gas
deck, bro.
was for a deck. I fucking you know what I mean?" I was like, "Maybe it's a fair trade," but like. And I was showing him this deck at that card shop, and the guy was like, "Bro," he's like, "this is like an insanely godlike deck." I was like, "Is it?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." Like, yeah, dude. I was like, "I don't know, bro. Like, I paid $20 for it." Like, no, dude. Like, and he was like, "This shit, like, this would be so hard to beat, like in the current meta." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And I remember one of the times that OFC wasted John. He spent $800 on a zombie Yu-Gi-Oh deck. It was a samurai zombie deck, and it was like, he's like, it's unbeatable. I've never lost a match. All this shit. I played him, and I never lost. I think we played 7 games. I won them all. And he's just like, this is bullshit. He's like looking at my deck. He's like, what are these fucking cards? I was just like, fucking get good, bro. I was like, I had like the like little squirrel, like it was like Nim Nam or whatever, the guy with the one eye. He's like, these cards were fucking garbage, dude. It was like 100 life, 100 defense. Like it was like it couldn't even attack. It was like the stupidest shit. So good, dude. It was such a cool fucking deck, man.
Shout outs to fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, dude.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. I got my Barrel Dragon stolen out of fucking... I should have killed that kid. Those gangster kids, dude. They were like, you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh? I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, let me check out your deck. He's all going through. He's like, this is badass, man. I'm like, cool cards. I'm like, thanks, man. Then we walk from the card shop to Jack in the Box. And I'm like looking at my cards. And I'm like, where's my Barrel Dragon? I was like, kid jacked it, bro. He just fucking sleight of handed me, dude.
Fuck. Oh, I fucking. Okay.
And then I was like looking for that kid. I was like, where the fuck are they?
He gone.
I was
dude.
like, they were long gone.
I had a.
They were like fucking playing soggy waffles with it. Like they were like,
yeah. Let's see how much we can get on this card without it like fucking falling over the sides and shit, dude. You know when you put like water drops in the spoon and then it finally like falls over the fucking house.
You can like go above. Because like how does that work, dude? Is there anyone like
fucking magic?
You can fill a spoon up like so much that it will like bubble, and then once it cracks that like
it's the little fucking wall, or it just crumbles. When I was a fucking kid, it was a Pokemon card that I did this to. Oh, no. My first fucking booster pack, bro, ever. Holographic Zapdos, dude.
Oh, that's gangster shit.
Didn't know what the fuck any of this shit, man. Didn't know what it was worth anything. And some fucking older kid like walks up, and we're on our neighborhood. We're all like outside and shit. And he's like, "Hey, you guys like Pokemon cards?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just opened this booster pack." And he's like, "Damn, dude, you know what? I like you, kid." He's like, "I'm gonna trade you this Zapdos card for this fucking VGC game manual." It was just, when you bought Pokemon the game, it was just a manual in the. I was like, "What? A video game?" He's like, "Yeah, you can have the manual in it, dude." I was like, "Thanks, bro." I think that was a good idea and shit. Traded him the card, got the fucking manual. Like, it had nothing in it, dude. Like that I knew anything about it. It was just like
you couldn't even read.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And like one of my friends was like, "Dude, you got ripped off, dog." And I was like, "What?" Looked for that guy. He was like nowhere to be found. I was like, "Jesus."
I got ripped off
dude.
hard at a fucking. It sucks because that Barrel Dragon, right? I traded a shit ton of stuff for it because I wanted it, and I had a bunch of extra cool cards, and I traded a bunch for it. I thought it was a good trade. It was a good trade. But to get Jack like that shit pissed me off. But no, one time I got screwed over was I was at the swap meet. This shit to this day, bro. I'm sucking. We used to work so much. We used to work like all week long. We get an allowance of $5.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'd put like 19 hours in a week or some shit. Like,
it was lived a different life.
It was bullshit, bro. It was like a part-time job, and I get $5 a week for this shit. And we'd go to the swap meet, and I would buy a Nintendo game most of the time. I would just buy like Monopoly for NES, and then try to play it and be like, this game's fucking garbage. And like every once in a while, I'd get like a Friday the 13th, like a Go 13 or something cool. But like most of the time, it was a fucking shit show. Talk about gambling, right? Fucking Doge, but no, I gambled in fucking NES games, dude, for years, bro.
Fucking buying those loot boxes, hoping to get a good
for years. At least I cashed out, bro. Anyone, this is like a pro tip, dude. Calico Games in North County, like there's a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
If you trade in some, you could have a lot of just complete and utter garbage, and for whatever reason, those people find value in it, and they will pay you out a fucking shit ton, dude.
What system? Any system?
Any system. It does not matter. As long as they don't have like 20 copies of it,
I got a bag of fucking games in my room we'll look through.
That are just
they're just throwaways, dude.
They will give you like $50 for a bag full of throwaway. No, and it is literally insane. Like GameStop, you know how they would fuck people?
Yeah.
Like you'd have all this good shit and they'd be like, you'd have like 15, 20 fucking badass decent games, and they'd be like, we'll give you like $6 for it. You're like, $6?
Yeah,
we'll take the average
these off your hands, but you actually owe us $5. What the fuck?
I went with just a grocery bag full of 64 games of doubles that I had, like
Dude.
64 games and NES games, like bullshit, like Bayou Billy and
that's
fucking.
the best fucking game, dog.
Like,
that
dude,
was my favorite.
No, dude, these games, like these were.
Bayou Billy was so sick.
Stop, that shit is not.
That's the fucking sickest.
Well,
game,
if you
bro.
want it, I'll give you. I have another one.
Hand it to
I
me,
have
bro.
double.
love
I
that
have
one,
fucking
dude.
millions of Bayou Billies. Okay, so I have a shit ton of old games, and I went there with literally doubles and just fucking trash, like literally
That's so legit, though.
trash. But these were things that I bought over like decades of $5 allowance, going to the swap meet and buying a fucking Nintendo game. And they gave me like $300 for just one little grocery bag full of literally like
Garbage.
just fucking trash.
That's insane,
Like
bro.
straight trash. Like these were things that even to me like had no value. And I thought I was gonna get like $6 and I was gonna put it towards a Dreamcast because I'm just like stockpiling Dreamcast for like the inevitable like cryptocurrency crash. Like the only thing that's gonna be worth money is like Dreamcast. It's like, I'm like, I know what you fucking losers want to play.
How many Dreamcasts does this cost, dude?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a new cash and shit.
So if you bought 6 Bitcoin, I bought 6 Dreamcasts, dude.
How many Dreamcasts for a sandwich? They're like, fucking.
No, and the guy was just like, do you want store credit or do you want like cash out? And I was like, store credit. I'm playing it. He's like, okay, well, it's like $280. Oh, he's like, it's like $280. I was like, $2.80. He's like, no, dog, like $280. I was like, that's it, dude. I was like, okay. I was like, I guess I can see it. And I was just in my head, I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
That's
I just
legit,
fucking scored
dude.
on this shit. So these guys, if you got a lot of old games and you need to fucking liquidate some assets, and these are games that you would think are fucking
Do
worthless.
they have to be in a case?
No.
Thank God.
And Oscar went and brought these games were even less valuable. They were like GameCube games, but they were like Harry Potter's fucking like lame adventures.
Fucking,
yeah, dude, this shit was garbage amongst garbage. Like this shit would make a fucking just a like a dirty diaper. Like you'd be fighting for it. You'd be like, give me that fucking dirty diaper. I don't want this stupid shit. Like, dude, and she got like $100 for like a bunch of bullshit.
Fuck, bro.
And I was like, I cannot believe this place. Like this is
Calico
insane.
Games, dude.
Calico Games is the shit.
Dude, I'm down as fuck,
Dude,
bro.
they are fucking badasses. Straight
Wow,
up.
dude.
They see value in nonsense, and I respect that shit.
There's treasure in the trash sometimes, dude.
I always wanted to have that business. I always wanted to have like a retro game business.
I think that'd be cool.
Well, look at fucking Chris at your work has it, kind of.
Yeah.
I think that the guy's a badass.
Well, yeah, but he knows a lot. You know what I mean? And he has like hookups. He knows people. I think that's why he does.
Well, he was telling me he was going to like conventions where there was like retro gaming like convention. He would get a booth and just sell shit. And I was like, I can fucking see that because you got a lot.
Well, I'm telling you, he knows some people, and he can go get deals.
He can. He got me that ST board.
That's fucking badass.
He tracked that
bro.
shit down. And like, I was like, damn, dude.
Well,
and he got me a fucking hookup on that.
He's
shit.
a badass, bro. No, he knows what he's doing, dude.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do, but it's like, man, he's a database. Like he has so much knowledge of shit. It's like
he's got a bunch of cabinets too.
Yeah,
he's a badass. This mini fucking 4-slot MVS cab is like the most epic shit I've ever seen. Oh my god, this is fucking godlike.
He's pretty fucking cool, dude.
And he's got a what does he got? He's got a Super Neo 29, which is badass. And then he has a fucking he's got the Q sound, the Capcom, the Impress. He's got an Impress cabinet, and that's fucking dope. And then he's got a big red 4-slot and a mini 4-slot. I'm like, dog, this is like epic. You're a fucking badass.
He comes up on some cool shit, dude.
His Neo Geo game collection, I think he's only missing like 10 games or something.
That's insane.
He has all of them. And that's where I got Garou, Mark of the Wolves. I got Breaker's Revenge from him.
Damn, he's telling me to play that.
That game's the best game.
He was saying that too. He's like,
If you think King of Fighters is the best SNK game ever made, like you got problems, dog. You never played
Breaker's
Breakers.
Revenge, dude.
You never played Breakers, dog. You just never played Breakers, dog. That shit, that's the best game ever.
Well, we're gonna have to fucking play, bro.
I'm down. You can learn how to play that game in like 5 minutes.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Everything chains into everything and cancels into everything. It's like one of the coolest games.
That's
ever.
fucking sick as fuck.
It's pretty fucking badass. Like if you have like basic fighting game fundamentals, like you can pick that game up and just feel
kind of like Alpha 2, but Alpha 2 is a little harder.
I believe that. But
Because
that's
just
fucking
execution
badass,
wise is way fucking. But the chain combos kind of is similar.
We should get that on what's it called? Fight Kid. Can't you get it on Fight Kid?
Breakers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should play, dog.
I'm down.
Let's do it, dude.
I'm good, dude.
Yeah,
Play that shit. Fuck.
You want to end this
Let's
podcast?
do it. Yeah.
242.
Kill it, man.
Before I leave, boys, Way of the X. This is the recommended comic for this week. I don't really read a lot of X-Men comics, and picked this one up on a whim, and it was actually pretty good.
You're gonna keep
it's a
buying
good
that
story.
shit?
I think I'm actually gonna buy the next one, bro.
There you go, man.
And we'll see if it's as good as the first one, dude. But
probably gonna fall off a cliff.
it might actually. You know, can't really expect much sometimes.
That's kind of a risk. You're like, I'm gonna recommend this based on the first issue, and
the
then
first
it just
issue was godlike, bro.
Like 12 issues in, you're just like
I'm sorry
going to Calico games. You're like,
yeah.
You take comics, bro.
Take this from me. Take this trash, dude. It could be real, dude.
We'll give you $12 for it. You're like, thank God.
That's $1 a comic, bro. He's like, yeah,
Oh
bro.
shit, man.
But yeah, dude.
That's hype though. Hell yeah, man.
Good Sunday, Rico.
For sure, dog. Chill.
Next Sunday, bro.
Fucking hit the. Yeah, you got it, dog.